Jalid. This is Lieutenant Hazik reporting.
Go ahead, Lieutenant.
My first platoon scouts have reported sentry drone failure around the village of Akat.
Understood, Lieutenant. Are the first ready to deploy?
Yes, sir.
Good. Scimitar deployment authorization effective immediately. Secure Akat and await reinforcement from the 109th. Colonel Jalid, out.
Yes, sir. Lieutenant Hazik, out. Sorcerer, is the fodder ready?
Aye, my lord Warsmith. The Iron Cows have successfully subdued their minds. Their will is yours to command, my lord.
Good work, Malixus. Warsmith Ungana will be pleased. We must make for drop site 6 immediately. Arm the cult and confirm compliance.
Yes, my lord. But I should inform you that sentry drones have been reported in our retreat path.
These desert rats are beginning to swarm. We will exterminate them when we next return to this dusty rock. For now, this irritation cannot allow us to be slow to the war forges. The warsmith awaits. Iron within.
Iron without, my lord.
Welcome to Markesha Prime, an Imperial Forge world which, unlike many, isn't noted for the Mark III las rifles it produces, but rather for the glass panes that decorate the many Imperial monasteries across the galaxy of mankind. It is here, however, that for the past 6 months factories have been found in ruins, the artisans and workers slain. Stranger still are the larger number of workers who are missing and not found amongst the dead. In response to this new threat, the Imperium have garrisoned the Tallarn, 109th Jackals, to defend against these attacks. Despite this, for many months the Iron Warriors warband has returned to the planet, launching lightning raids against several factories, escaping off-world in dropships shortly after. Now, under the command of Colonel Ishrak Jalid, the Jackals have responded to sentry probes falling silent around the ancient village of Akat, and it is here that they have prepared an ambush against these heretics to end this horror once and for all. So what is the mission? Well, we are playing Ambush straight out of the rulebook, using the concealed deployment rules as detailed in the mission and the dawn raid rules, because the ambush was of course prepared at dawn. It is the way of the Jackals. So here represented by these smoke markers, are actually Tallarn units, which Bone has placed in concealed deployment. It will be Bone commanding the forces of the 109th today against Chaos Lord Beard and the forces of Abraxas here on this planet. So this is going to be a moment in the Iron Warriors history and a moment in the Jackals history that will be remembered, I am sure. The Jackals are the attacker in this mission, and they do get to go first. However, there are preliminary mission stratagems that can be used. Let's see if any of the players decide to use them. That's coming up next. So now we can see the forces of the Jackals. The 109th have sprung their trap. So we did this pretty much as the mission specifies, sequence wise, that the attacker reveals their position immediately after the defender has deployed their units. Now there are some pre-game stratagems specific to the ambush mission that can be used, but before we get into that, we should cover what the victory conditions are for the Iron Warriors, Abraxas and Orlando Vitis. So what is happening here is they must get a third of their force off the edge of this board. So they just need to move them off the edge of the board in the movement phase. Now, if the minute that they move off the boards, they can no longer participate in the battle, but the Iron Warriors are actually on their way to their drop ships. They need to get off planet. This is not a large war force, if you like, and it's not a campaign army. They are here to, well, bring back their precious cargo, these experimentations that the vile sorcerer Malixus has been up to. He's now, of course, wanting to bring back these new recruits before their war master himself. But in order to do that, they must get off world. Now the Jackals are here to try and stop them. As long as the Jackals can destroy enough of this army before it gets off the board, doesn't allow a third of the army to get off the board, then the Jackals will win. They will be considered victorious. So those are the mission parameters. But before the game begins, the attacker always has the first turn in ambush. Except there are a few things that can be done to potentially change that. So first of all, what are the 109th doing? What has been deployed and left off board here?
Oh, do I have to tell you what's been left off board?
Well, you
I
can
thought
just
that
say...
was part of the...
No, we could reveal it later.
Yeah, because I have used ambush.
You have used
already.
the ambush stratagem, right? So we know 3 units have been moved off the board.
3 units have been... And then my relic, which is
the dagger of Tusak.
Tusak.
Okay.
I've used that as well.
Okay.
And then I've there is another unit I've got which can just start off the board.
Right. Okay.
So I've got 6 units off the board.
Okay, interesting.
6
You've
units.
still got
6.
considerable reserves.
Look how much I've got already on the board, Mr.
Big,
Beard. Yeah.
it's quite squishy, but there is a lot of it.
The Jackals have sprung quite a trap here for the Iron Warriors. Okay.
Unless
Oh!
the tables are to be turned.
So these are some of the pre-game stratagems. Okay, you can both declare them now.
Okay.
Well, let's do mine first. So use this stratagem immediately after both sides have deployed, but
Okay.
before the turn begins. The defender rolls a dice on a 6, they get the first turn instead.
Right. And what is that stratagem called?
The table's turned.
Table's turned.
See what I did there?
Yes, I did.
Right.
Okay, so you're going to use that, but I believe there are some others that can also be used.
I'm also going to use preliminary bombardment. So I've used 6 command points of my 9 already.
Wow.
But this is a trap. This is a trap. It's a trap. So what I've done is I like to think that there's all these landmines that have been here,
Yes,
and
of
you've
course.
just got into the right kill box, and then they've hit the explosions to
detonated
go
them,
off,
yes.
and boom, 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 all around you. Which is why the column has kind of halted for a moment as the rest of the Tallarn have kind of come out from hiding and are now just going to be gunning down on you. Unless you get first turn, that won't be great. But, so we have to go to page 100 and...
I'm already there. It's right here.
Oh, thanks, buddy. So preliminary bombardment. If your mission uses preliminary bombardment, then at the start of the first battle round, but before the first turn begins, the attacker should roll a dice for each enemy unit that is on the battlefield. Do not roll for units that are embarked inside transports. On the roll of a 6, that unit is hit by a preliminary bombardment that suffers D6 mortal wounds.
Wow.
Infantry units that are hit by a preliminary bombardment can choose to go to ground before the damage is determined.
Never!
If they do, they only suffer D3, but cannot take any actions during the first turn.
I'll take it.
Okay.
He's going to take it. All right. So I need to get some dice.
All right. So we're rolling per unit here.
This is as close as I get to sand.
Okay. Do that. Oh, perfect. So the landmines go off. So which unit are we rolling for?
So I guess we'll just start at the back and go
Tallarn.
forward.
Okay. Does it trigger
so
a
the
landmine?
Tallarn on the 6. Oh,
No, it doesn't.
Almost. The cultists.
Cultists?
6.
You precious cargo. The
No.
armies. No.
The rhino. 6. No.
No.
The other rhino.
This rhino.
6. No.
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 That is a Lander Vetis.
The land of Vetis.
Vetis.
Oh!
Yes!
Alanda has triggered a mine.
Oh dear.
Interesting.
D6 mortal wounds.
Now, I know that you can trigger a stratagem yourself here.
Yeah, but it's like 2 command points.
I'm not sure. You need to check whether you had to have already declared that.
Shall we keep?
Let's
while
keep
he's
going. We'll
deciding,
roll for
let's
him
keep
after.
going.
Okay.
Oh,
The sorcerer Melixus.
No.
He's okay.
First Hellbrute.
Yep.
No.
Okay.
The Leviathan, which would be
Leviathan,
nice,
yeah.
really. This is where we want it. No.
No.
This Hellbrute.
Second Hellbrute here.
No.
No.
Last Hellbrute. I've got to get one more. I've got to get one more. Come on. Hey. No.
No.
Have you done
And Abraxas himself
Oh,
in the middle
of
of the cultist horde.
He was
here.
hiding. I didn't even see him.
Sneaky.
Oh. So Alanda has triggered it. And what about this stratagem to potentially defend against that?
So this is it's 1 command point, and it's done after you've resolved preliminary bombardment, and then on a 2+ they can go to. Oh, hang on. Roll a dice for each of the units that went to ground.
Okay, because you could declare to go to ground, and then on a 2+ you
they
ignore
can,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get up.
Okay, because if you go to ground, you'll only take D3 mortal wounds instead of D6.
Yeah.
Are you a gambling man?
Are you going to ground with Alandir?
I think I better had.
Yeah. okay, here we go. It's D3 mortal wounds. It is just the one after all of that.
Okay.
But interesting that it is Alander's footing that first triggers the mine, and I like to think that is at that point that the terrible war cries of the Jackals, as they howl into the wind, into this desert wind, the mine goes off, it explodes, and lasfire erupts across the desert sand from the ancient ruins of the village of a cat here.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do.
Let's see what Beard is going to do then. What are you doing?
I'm actually going to use Iron Discipline.
Okay.
Because the name's excellent.
Yes.
With the army, and he is quite precious because he's going to allow me to re-roll once. And I can't have him stand still in a game where I need to press forward.
Yes.
So I'm going to use my 1 command point, and on a 2+,
Yes.
he can act normally.
Okay.
Very good.
He can.
Oh, so
that-
you roll a 6.
So now it should also be noted that because the preliminary bombardment, or the landmines as we like to think, went off here, and Ishrak Jalid himself was on the battlefield, he has been given the Warlord trait Grand Strategist. He is considered one of the finest generals that the Tallarn have at their disposal. So on a 5 or a 6, he will get that command point back.
For the one that you used, yeah?
Okay.
No, this is for the one that you just used.
Of course, yeah.
Yes.
There's so many different ones. Yeah.
No. Okay, so you are left with is it 3?
Just 3. Yeah.
3 command points left.
I've got 7.
And 7 left for the forces of the Iron Warriors. So is that all of the preliminary stratagems now employed?
There are some remaining, but they're done later.
Okay, but you're going to now attempt to seize with the table's turn stratagem. Otherwise, normally the defender could not even attempt it. So here we go straight into seizing of the initiative. The table's turned here
For the Warsmith.
on Markesha Prime. It's a 3, so it is the Jackals that do surprise Alandir as he steps on that landmine, and the 109th go to war. Wow, the table has very much been set. Let's see how this plays out. It's turn 1 for the Tallarn Jackals coming up next. And so the 109th have sprung their trap in full force. Colonel Ishrak Jalid has moved forward with 3 squads of infantry here, 3 units of Jackals to harass the flank of the Iron Warriors over here. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Almet Hazik is moving forward with a unit of veterans there, missile launcher and 3 plasma guns in tow, ready to harass this flank. Over here, the stalwart defense and leadership of Major Kaji as he looks on through these awesome sunglasses with his 3 units in front of him, preparing a defensive line against the Iron Warriors over here. Scout sentinels on the horizon emerging from the heat haze of the desert in the distance there, and then the rumbling sounds of engines, something the Iron Warriors are of course very used to. I'm sure they do not fear it, but nonetheless they look down the mouths of the Hounds of Hell as their flamers are about to erupt into glorious flame and potentially incinerate lots of cultists. Or perhaps he'll go for the Hellbrutes. We will have to see how the 109th react here. We will be having support fire, of course, from the missile launcher teams and the autocannon teams on the horizon here. The final line of defense preventing the Iron Warriors from moving off worlds. So that is the movement phase done. There is no psychic phase. Major Jalid does not have any psychers garrisoned with him here on Markesha Prime, so he will have to rely on the might and faith of his guns. It's shooting coming up next. And so we enter the shooting phase. The Grand Strategist himself, Colonel Ishrak Jalid, is about to issue orders. What is he issuing here?
Take aim, take aim.
Okay. Meanwhile, over here, Lieutenant Hazik, pointing with his plasma pistol. What does he issue to the veterans there?
Take aim.
Okay, so he's platoon commander, so he can only issue 1 order, but he only has 1 unit within the vicinity. Finally, we have Major Kaji here over here. What is he issuing?
Take aim, take aim.
Take aim everywhere.
They're just re-rolling once.
So the Jackals are preparing themselves. They raise their rifles to their shoulders. They take aim. What will they be bringing down? Do we know what unit we're going to shoot with first?
I do not. I'm going to have a think for a sec.
Okay. And we open up with Hazik's veteran squad here. The plasma overcharging. Of course, the issued order of take aim will hopefully help them. It's a veteran squad, so normally hitting on 3s, but because of Dawn Raid, it's a -1 to hit for the first turn for both sides. So, plasma overcharging. We're doing this...
yeah, we'll do it 2 at a
first?
time, obviously.
Okay, 2 at a time.
So plasma first. Okay.
1
so
hit, but reroll of 1
cool.
is
so
a
1
miss.
hit
Okay.
so far. Second one, both miss.
Okay, third one
is another hit. Okay,
another hit.
2
So
hits.
2 hits.
1 wound.
1 wound on the Sakharan.
It's going to be a 6-up save.
He makes it.
Yes.
The plasma deflects off the hull. Okay.
Cool. The
Missile team.
crack missile.
Okay.
So it'd be a 5.
Yes. Or a 4 to hit. Oh no, because he moved as
I
well.
can reroll the 1.
Reroll the 1.
No.
No.
the 1.
Okay, so that's a miss.
Okay. And
Is it a
then
plasma missile? Does he die?
No, unfortunately not.
And then las rifle fire.
So I've got 4, and then a pistol, and then rapid fire range. Okay, not bad. Then it will be 6s to wound. No wounds.
No wounds there.
Brilliant!
Okay. However, before we move on from this scene, unfortunately Hazik's veterans there, 2 of them were slain because of course of the modifier to hit in Dawn Raid. Perilous overcharging plasma with it. 2 of the weapons did roll 2s to hit, and of course they became 1s, and 2 of the plasma are killed. But question is, what's firing next?
I think I'm going to open up with my sentinels then.
Right.
And I'm going to... Am I going to shoot? I think I'm going to shoot. Yeah, they're going to shoot at the Sakai.
Right, so 3 las cannons punch across the battlefield. Now they're Tallarn, and they do ignore the -1 for moving. Although I don't think they did move. They just appeared, didn't they?
No, they didn't move.
Okay.
So it'll be with the -1 looking
Still
at...
Dawn Raid.
Yeah, so looking at 5s.
All right.
So I will do these 1 at a time because it could make a difference.
All right.
But unlikely. Miss. Second one. Hit.
Hits.
3s to wound. That's
a wound.
-3.
A las cannon punch through the hull. Does go through the hull.
Very good.
D6 damage here. 1.
Oh,
I use a command point.
Right, he does use a command point
I've
here.
got 1 command point left.
Yes, because we forgot you did spend 1
One
for an
on the
additional relic.
relic,
Yes,
exactly.
okay. Does get a 5 though, and
Nice.
he can, with the grand strategy of Jalid himself, could get that command point back. No, okay, he doesn't. So, nonetheless though, 5 wounds scored on the Sakharan. Right,
Last one.
last one is a miss with no rerolls. Okay. So one last cannon scream across the battlefield and does punch a hole in the hull, but the Sakharan's still very much alive. Let's see what the Jackals do next. We now move on to one of the Jackal units over here on the left flank here, firing rapid fire style into the cultists. Lasgun fire and the sergeant supporting the blue dice. What does that represent? Anything
No,
different?
it's just I ran out of white dice.
Okay, and the plasma is going to be done separately.
Yes, that's right.
All right, so these were hitting on 5s.
Cool. 1, 2.
They were rerolling 1s.
Yep, which I've done.
Yep, and it's 4s to wounds.
Yes.
A noble las rifle
2
would
wounds.
cut down 2 cultists.
okay, 6 up save. No.
2 of the cultists cut down,
Cool. And then
Plasma.
Plasma. Misses.
and you are in rapid fire range with that plasma.
Of course I am. Cool.
Also
They
misses, but wasn't overcharging. Okay, do we know what we're firing next?
Yes, we will move on to this unit. I'm just wondering, they can't really see the cultists.
They're
from
taking
there.
cover behind their rhino by the looks of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, my plan was I forgot that it was the 2 that kills them, so I was actually going to start putting them into like the rhinos. But
Right. Try and remove armour.
yes, but that's not exactly the best idea anymore, is it? No. So let me have a little think.
Okay. Right, it is this infantry unit now. They're not quite in rapid fire range. They can see the front rank of the cultists here. So they will be firing single shots along with the plasma gun as well.
Cool.
We're on to hits.
So let's go.
Okay, can reroll the 1s.
That was cocked.
Sure. Okay, 4 hits because of Dawn Raid. Another 2 wounds.
2 more.
Ooh,
One
one
saved.
cultist manages to get one of his greaves, save him. Okay, and
Plasma.
then plasma. Oh, scores
a
a hit
hit.
here. One could go down screaming and burning plasma here. That is a kill, no save. Another cultist sent back to hell.
Cool.
Final units.
Might just put them into this unit
Okay,
here.
so the Jackals maintaining their rate of fire.
Yeah. So these guys don't have any rerolls, and they're not
Okay.
in rapid fire range.
Yes,
And the pistol is not the range either.
sure. Still
Okay,
3 hits.
3 hits.
3
Three
wounds.
Very nice.
3 deads.
Cool.
Nice fire. Okay, and then the
Plasma.
plasma. Oh,
Hits.
scores a hit. And sends another screaming to his death. These cultists. Little do the Jackals know that perhaps these cultists were once noble imperial workers, artisans here on this very world of Markesha.
All
Prime.
heretics must burn. All of them.
All of them. This is controversial. Colonel Ishrak Jalid levels his plasma pistol. He overcharges it.
Yes.
And speaking in Tallarn, he says, illuminate them. And he fires at the Hellbrute here.
Yeah.
But with Dawn Raids, it is a -1, and he's hitting on 4s.
Yeah.
Roll of a 1 or 2 would end Ishrak's presence on the battlefield.
We're not doing that.
Oh, very bold.
We're not doing that. I have one. I don't have reroll if this turn.
No,
do
you
I?
don't.
Well, no, that's right. Heroes are made. They're not born.
Ishrak does score a hit. Oh, that was very nerve-wracking.
Very cool.
Okay,
Right,
Ishrak
3s to wound.
scores a hit. 3s to wounds.
That is a wound.
He does
Of
score
course
a
it's
wound against the Hellbrute.
Of course, it's a wound.
Ishrak. Amazing. Oh, wow, what a start to this character. Okay, so does the Hellbrute save?
Let's find out.
No, it doesn't.
No.
It does take 2 points of damage.
Very good.
Interesting. The Jackals have made a dent already with their commander and master of war leading the way. Meanwhile, over here now, seeing the path illuminated by Ishrak himself, the missile launchers punch 3 crack missiles into the Hellbrute.
Very good. Here he goes.
So 5's the hit.
Triple six. Oh no, it's triple six is about to happen here. Okay, no.
The missiles do not find their targets. Any other supporting fire over here?
I'm just going to think about what I want to shoot these at. Give me 1 sec.
Okay. It's been decided the 3 autocannons also level their considerable firepower against this damaged Hellbrute now. I imagine that the plasma of Jalid's pistol is still burning across the armour.
Yeah.
And he's literally lit the way for the rest of the Jackals. Can they finish it off as Dawn breaks here across?
Oh, very good.
Markesha, that's 4 hits.
Oh, very good.
Toughness of the Hellbrutes, I believe, is 7.
Seven,
So
correct.
it's forced to wound.
So it's 4 to wounds. And he scored 2 wounds.
Very good. So it's -1.
-1. So 4 up saves.
Saves 1, and 1 goes through. It'll be another 2 points of damage here.
2 points damage.
It's an autocannon round smashes into
left.
the hull.
Okay.
The Hellbrutes.
Let's move straight on.
Oh, we're moving on to the
next
second
Yeah.
autocannon team.
I've got to kill one.
Okay. Oh,
what a
just
shame.
the 1 would have been normally a good rate of fire
Yeah.
and good accuracy, but Dawn Raid, no.
That's okay.
They're
Now 4.
terrified because he's not falling down.
Failed wounds.
Yes. You can't bring him down.
And now the Jackals over here, under the command of Major Kaji, open up fire against the same damaged Hellbrute. They're trying to bring this monstrosity down
So
in the first turn.
Las rifles first. 1 hit.
And was that one of the
rerolling
units
the ones?
issued?
Yes, it was.
Okay, so take aim comes
These
into
two
effect.
have take aim on them.
Right. Major Kaji's words.
2 hits.
Does get 2.
1 wound.
Does get a wound. Okay.
I'm moving 3 up save.
Makes it no problem. Okay.
Now the plasma. This is not overcharged. That's a miss.
This is a miss because of Dawn Raid. Okay.
We'll just move straight on to the next group.
Yeah.
Same target.
More Jackal fire.
So these guys are also re-rolling 1s. Not that you need it with a roll like that!
Oh wow! Some really accurate fire here. They
wanna
really
bring
did
it
take
down.
aim.
6s!
No wounds. Just bounces off of this Hellbrute chassis. Oh wow.
Very cool.
Okay.
Alright, the plasma.
No, it is a miss. Okay. It's the third and final unit there.
Imagine the Hellbrute just roaring in the background, just pew pew.
You really can. It would be an amazing scene here.
So this unit is not. It would be in range, but with this, they can't actually see anything.
No.
So they're not going to do anything this turn.
Okay, so they're just.
So the only things I've got left are these.
The only things. 3 hellhounds.
3 hellhounds
Three
here
hellhounds.
with hull-mounted heavy flamers as well.
Oh,
It's a lot of firepower.
It's very cool, isn't it?
What happens?
Okay, cool. I want to kill some cultists as well, but I've got to at least finish him.
Right.
So the first guy. Let's just see my ranges here. Oh, he's just out of the cultist actually. Right, so actually then he's going to put all of these flamers into this.
Oh, it's going to try and illuminate him for the final time.
Stressful.
Brutes.
Right, so we'll start with the turret flamer, which I believe is 2d6. I just want to double check
Yes,
that.
2d6 strength
So
6
minus
-1.
I believe that's it.
Okay.
But just make sure. Yes, that's right. Okay, so 2d6 automatic hits.
That's right. 7
7.
hits, the average.
That's pretty good. We'll take that. And then I'm looking at 5s and 6s here to wound you.
Yes. Just the 1.
1 wound.
Is it -1?
It's -1.
Yep. 4 up save. No.
No.
Fails it.
So he's
Takes
taking
another
wounds.
wounds down,
3
and then he's got the
wounds
heavy
there,
flamer
heavy
from the
flamer.
hull.
Oh.
It's just the
Just
one.
the 1 hit. Can he wounds? He
No.
can't. Okay, so the first Hellhound fails to destroy this Hellbrute.
Okay.
Will anything bring it down?
No.
I'm going to put all of this one into him as well.
Okay. Here we go.
2d6.
Oh, 10 hits.
Nice. Very good. 5, 8, 10. 5s and 6s. Die!
Oh,
Two
only
wounds.
2
Oh,
wounds.
just 2.
Does fail both.
Fail
That
both.
leaves you with
Heavy
1
flamer.
wound. The heavy flamer. Can it finish this Hellbrute off? It's 3 hits. It's 1 wound.
wound.
It's a save or die situation.
Mine's
4 up.
For the Hellbrute. He makes it on a 6.
For life!
The command Hellhounds now at the front are over on this dried up riverbed here in the ancient village of Akat. He's seen his 2 other wing commanders, if you like, open up against this Hellbrute and fail to bring it down. He then turns his turret and tries to finish the Hellbrute off, but meanwhile the hull-mounted heavy flamer goes for the cultists.
Put them out of their misery.
Yeah.
Put them out of their misery, that's right.
Okay,
so here we go.
Turret.
Hellhounds, 8 hits.
That's the kind of, that's what
It's
we
good.
need.
It's good.
That's what
it's
we
good.
need here.
Okay.
5 to 6 says.
Oh,
not bad.
4 wounds.
4 wounds at -1.
Surely this will be the Hellbrute's demise.
Well, I hope so.
Will the Jackals claim?
Yes!
Oh no!
Yes!
Oh no!
Yes, he's
Every
alive!
single one! Incredible stuff here. It seems that really the Iron Warriors do truly have Iron within, Iron without. And their resilience here on Markesha Prime is going to be noted in history. So the heavy flamer, though, does erupt into the lines of the cultists. It's just the 2. Can he send another 2 screaming to death? He can with 1. So another one is slain.
That's it.
But that marks the end of the opening salvos from the Jackals. They perhaps didn't get make as much of an impact as they hoped they would. The landmines, although triggered by one of the leading officers in the Iron Warriors force, didn't cause that much damage. And it seems that there is going to be a grim retaliation from the enemy forces here. So, any morale to be taken? The cultists did lose a number of their...
Before that, though, crazed.
Yeah.
And then, of course, crazed as well. Very, very well spotted. So,
Abraxas Vetis has the Warlord trait Cold and Bitter. Any Iron Warriors unit within 6 inches do not suffer morale.
So I like to think that the Iron Cowls, this horrible experimentation by the sorcerer, has, of course, now wiped their minds of any fear.
Yep.
And they do not run. Okay, so what's happening with Crazed?
So on a
Does it go
6,
off?
he can shoot.
Okay. No, he can't.
That would have been cool if he could have done that after.
Hellbrute does remain
fire.
doused in flame, but is still alive incredibly. That marks the end of the Jackal's turn. And we go into turn 2 here for the Iron Warriors. Surely their retaliation will be brutal. Let's see what happens in this piece of history here coming up next. And the Iron Fourth have moved forwards. Their objective, which is getting these recruits off planet to the dropships, is still very much at the forefront of the sorcerer Melixus's mind. Of course, Abraxas and Alander will absolutely do the right thing and bring these recruits back to their War Master. So, what we have here is this Rhino moving forward. Obviously, the path blocked between one of the ancient buildings here in the village of Akat. This damaged Hellbrute, the one-on-one wound, has looked down the barrels of this Hellhound, and he is not afraid. Meanwhile, over here, these 2 Hellbrutes have started to flank the column of Hellhounds. The cultists moving with currently the Warlord on the battlefield, Abraxas himself in the middle, moving unfettered through the dried up riverbed here. The Sakharan smashing through these walls. We're not counting these walls, of course, as blocking movement for tanks. They're too ancient. The stone is easily crumbled beneath the tracks of the mighty war machine. Meanwhile, this Rhino did advance, still got Chaos Space Marines inside, and the Leviathan has moved up as well around this building to bring his mighty weapons to bear. That's the movement phase. There will be a psychic phase, of course. We will have to see what Melixus does. He has got some vicious powers that he can launch against the Jackals. Will their minds hold in the face of such foul warp abuse? We will see. Melixus raises his hands and casts Prescience on this foul demon engine, the Leviathan. Here we go.
Cool, so the warp charge is 7 for this. Ooh,
He's got a 6, so that fails to go off.
quite enough. Okay, it's a shame. And then warp time, I'm going to do on the Leviathan as well. This needs a 6.
Gets a 10.
It does go off.
Warp time, so he can immediately move again. Okay, well, let's see what he does, and then we'll come back to you. And so the ancient horror that probably haunts every Tallarn soldier's mind some 10,000 years ago during the Horus Heresy, when the Iron Fourth desecrated the homeworld of Tallarn and laid waste to it, making it the desert world that it is today. the Leviathan, one of the ancient relics of the heresy, turns, and like so many Tallarn soldiers that it's murdered before, it is about to do so again. What is happening here?
Okay, so we've got 3 weapons. We've got the Gravflux Bombard, the Butcher Cannon Array, and then a set of twin Hellflamers. So the Hellflamer is going to go into the closest squad here.
Oh dear.
The Butcher Cannon Array is going to go into the second squad here.
Yep.
And the Gravflux Bombard is going to go into the third squad. I'm just trying to whittle them down a bit.
The clearance potentially of Major Kaji's personal platoon.
But he'll have to hold the line himself.
Yes, he will.
Wouldn't be the first time.
No, it would not. The Jackals will remain strong. Okay, so here we go then. Which weapon are we opening with first?
Right, we'll start with the Gravflux Bombard. So usually this is a heavy D3 weapon, but for every additional 5 models per unit, you get another D3. Okay, so it's 2 D3
Okay, and
shots.
that was on the furthest unit.
On the furthest unit
Okay.
here, yeah, correct.
So that is 4 shots.
4 shots, very good. So because he moved,
Yep.
he's hitting on 3s, he's normally BS2.
Yep.
And then you'll be hitting on 4s because Storm Raid's still in effect.
Storm Raid,
That's right.
yes, nearly forgot. Very good. So 4s. 2 hits.
The Leviathan doesn't ignore the -1 to hit for moving with a heavy weapon?
Sadly not.
Just to double check?
Sadly not.
Okay, fair enough. So it's 2 hits on 4s.
2 hits, and then it's wounding on 2s.
Okay.
It is strength 9.
Yep, that is 2 of the Tallarn guardsmen. You can imagine their horrible cries
Splat.
as this demonic energy that powers the Gravflux Bombard crushes them into the very sand that they would call home. Okay, now we have what next?
The Butcher Cannon Array is next. My
Okay.
favourite weapon.
I certainly don't like the sound of that.
So
Okay,
this is heavy 8, so I'm going to be hitting on 4s again.
right.
So I'll do that first. So 8 shots. Very good.
Okay, that's a good round of fire.
So that's 5 hits. This is strength 8, so I'm going to be wounding on 2s.
Yep. And that won't be any save allowed for those Tallarn soldiers.
Yes, -1.
So we'll get 6s.
You'll get 6s.
Ah, okay.
-1. Oh dear.
Oh, wow. So
That's
only
2
3 go through. The Butcher Cannon has additional rules as well, doesn't
It does. I'll go into that if any
Okay.
survive.
These Tallarn soldiers know 3 of them sent to their deaths.
This unit
So-
here, right, mate?
Yeah.
Imagine them dissipating in puffs of smoke, high caliber rounds there.
So the additional rule with this weapon is if any models are slain, the unit subtracts 2 from its leadership for the rest of the turn.
Okay. Unsurprising, seeing that sort of butchery. Okay, and then we have the Hellflamers.
And you've got 2 Hellflamers, so it's 2d6 hits.
Okay, this is on the nearest unit, so 6 hits.
6.
Strength, I believe, is
Strength is 5, yeah.
Yep, so 3s. And is that -2 or is that -1 as well?
It's -1, but it's damage 2.
Okay, so that is 5 wounds. We need some of the Tallarn carapace here to do some work. No, that's 5 sent screaming to their deaths. Many there butchered before Major Kaji himself. They will stand resolute, hopefully. We'll have to see what happens in the morale phase when that comes up. But quite a sight there. You can imagine this monstrosity coming round the side of this building, the sound of twisted iron and the groaning of metal as it levels its weapons, and you feel nothing for this Imperial scum, do you? We now open with the second lumbering behemoth on this battlefield. That is the Sakharin itself. Where does Abraxas order this machine to fire?
Okay, so the accelerator autocannon is going to fire at this middle sentinel over here.
All right.
The twin las cannons are going to, sorry, the 2 las cannons are going to
Yes.
fire at the sentinel on my left.
Sure.
And then the heavy bolter is, as it's driving past, is going to go for the squad over here.
Okay.
All right.
So here we go.
Okay. So the accelerator autocannon is an assault weapon, but I am hitting on 4s because of Dawn Raid, so I'm going to do that first.
Right.
So it's going to be 4s to hit.
Good round of fire.
Not bad. And it's strength 7. What's the toughness of the sentinel?
An armoured sentinel is toughness 6. So you'll
6,
be
okay.
winning on 3s.
3 to wound.
Oh, just one.
Okay, just the 1 wound.
What's the minus on that?
It's -1.
-1 because he
one.
didn't roll a 6. Yeah.
Okay, so if we're up. Fine.
Makes a save. Sentinels. The Jackals themselves over there doing okay. All right.
Very good. Just in addition, if any 6s to wound, it's -3, but I didn't get any 6s. Okay,
Right,
so I do the two las
cannons.
cannons. So these are going to be hitting on 5s.
Okay.
The Dawn Raid. Ah.
No.
Okay.
The heat haze of the desert protects the Jackals, the Sentinels. Okay.
And then the heavy bolter into this unit here. So these are going to be hitting on 4s. Nope, 5s again.
Yep.
Because it's moved. It's a heavy weapon.
2 hits
2
though
hits, though.
on that veteran squad.
And then wounding on 3s.
There's 2 more wounds there. Oh dear. Okay. And then can he get any saves? Needs 6s. And no, that's another 2 cut down. Perhaps they fall down to the burning bodies of the plasma gunmen.
Yeah.
As well, burning there in the sand. Ouch. Now we open with the Dread Hellbrutes. This one here turns as he flanks these 2 Hellhounds and unleashes his multi-melter into the flank of this Hellhound here.
They're all heavy flamers as well, so
Yes.
I'll do that into him as well. I'll do heavy flamer first.
All right,
So
D6. It's 4 hits.
Very good.
Okay, to
And
wound.
5s and 6s
It's
to wound.
5s. No, nothing there.
Okay. And then the
Okay, the
multi-melter.
multi-melter.
This is going to be on 5s because he's moved.
Yeah. No, to miss. Okay.
Right, next
All right.
one.
Next one. Is that
Same
doing the
thing.
same thing, is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
And
So
trying to stop these
D6,
Hellhounds. It's 5 hits
5
here.
this time.
Surely the
5 and 6s.
Hellhound cannot be brought down with fire. That is 2 wounds.
Yep.
-1.
4s.
No, it's fine.
good.
Makes both the saves. The multi-melter now
Multi-melter?
screams a quite a hit.
Yes.
You've got to be careful not to ignite that fuel drum there.
I want to.
We could have an early sunset if that's the case.
Wounding on 3s?
Wounding on 3s. It is a wound
Yes.
and it is in melter range
Yes.
and it is no save.
Yes.
This is 2d6 damage picking the highest. The multi-melter
Oh!
only does 1 point.
I'm going to use a command point.
Ah, okay. Abraxas will surely not allow that to happen. Although it's only a 2.
Great success.
2 wounds and another command point down for the Iron Warriors.
Yeah, 6
the
left.
whole chassis remaining very strong against that blast.
Right, I'm now going to do the hero.
Okay.
The hero's
The one
turn.
that's probably still burning
Yep.
but moving at the same time.
Doesn't
Okay.
care. Heavy
The
flamer.
Flamer. 3 hits.
Maybe he does care a bit.
To wounds.
5s and 6s.
2
Hey.
wounds. 2 saves of 4 up here. Makes it.
Wow.
These Hellhounds, the dogs of war, amazing. Okay, and then the multi-melter. Hits on a
Yes.
6. Can it wound? It fails to wound. It fails to wound.
No!
Incredible. So
The
he just lost 2
3
wounds.
Hellbrutes have failed on their mission.
Oh, no.
Abraxas will not be pleased as he looks on, and the cultists, although mindless now because their heads are covered by the iron cowls, the horrible demonic trickery and experimentation that the sorcerer has done on them has probably wiped their minds of any normal emotion, but surely they will understand the breath of fire that comes from these hellhounds, because it seems that the hellhounds will live. And now for the cultists. They are going to be opening fire. They raise their rifles and try and cut down these noble Tallarn soldiers. They're splitting the fire here and also activating veterans of the Long War. So forces of the Iron Warriors, I believe, are left with 5 command points now.
Yep.
So 20 of them are firing at this Tallarn soldiers unit and 12 of them are firing over here. They are within 6 inches of Abraxas, so of course we'll get to reroll 1s to hit. Here we go. It's 5 because of Dawn Raid, but can reroll 1s. Got 3 1s, I can see. Let's see if that increases the accuracy. That was a 6
Yep.
that you knocked over, sure. Okay, 3 1s to reroll. Does get another 2 hits.
Cool.
Okay, and then
3s to wound.
3s to wound because of veterans. Wow, that is 8 wounds.
May I?
You may.
Okay,
No minus on these.
no.
Okay, so 5s.
Tallarn soldiers. Oh dear.
2, but that is 6
Is
killed.
6
and
of
that
them
was
slain.
This unit, right?
It was the middle unit.
Oh, it's the middle unit?
Yeah.
Okay, and that was the one that suffered from the butcher cannon as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they've
Okay.
lost 1, 2, 3. So there's 1 left alive in there.
That's pretty horrific for that unit there. Okay, and then we have the 12
12 left.
on this flanking unit. Iron Warriors trying to open the path to get off of the board.
The path to glory.
Path to glory. Okay, 5s and 6s rerolling the 1s.
3 1s.
Okay. Okay, it's 6 hits there.
Yep. 3s.
And that is, unfortunately, another 4 wounds. And
two
that
drop
is
two.
2 saved. Alright, 2 Tallarn soldiers cut down. Okay. Must be a little bit of light fire left
The only
on the board.
things left are the 2 combi bolters on the rhinos.
Right, now one of them advanced, which was this one, so he can't fire.
Yes, sorry, that did advance.
Did
So
he-
the
he
one
didn't
over there.
though, did he?
Yeah, so
Okay.
that's going to go for the unit right next to
Alright, let's just keep with it then.
Okay. 4s, sorry.
That's 2 hits.
2 hits. And
1 wounds. And he saves. Very nice. Now that marks the end of the shooting phase. However, is there an endless cacophony?
I don't know whether I should save it or not.
The soldiers
I need to
of
save those command points!
the cult of the technovirus are infected with Slanesh.
Yeah.
They do have a decision to make at the end of this shooting phase. Let's see what he does. And with a horrible roar, the silent slaves that were these cultists suddenly erupt into howls and their guns fire again. He is using Endless Cacophony. It does leave him with 3 command points. He was wary because he wants to, of course, perhaps bring on the tide of traitors later on. Perhaps this isn't the only unit of cultists in this line. So what we're doing is the same fire as before. He's doing 20 over onto this Tallarn unit, and then he's doing 12 over onto this unit. So here we go.
Okay.
Again, it is 5s, but you can reroll 1s.
Yep. Another 1. Not so good.
There was
this
1
time.
5 in there.
Oh, there was.
Yep.
Sorry. There.
Okay.
Reroll these.
Just
Okay.
4 hits. Okay. Could have been far worse. Still got veterans of the Long War. 2 wounds.
Yep.
Okay. 2 saves. Makes
Nice.
both. The Tallarn holds. Okay, and then the
Nice.
12 onto these Desert Warriors here. Okay,
Good then.
we're on into 1s.
It's a good roll so far.
It is, yeah.
1 more.
Okay. To wound 3s. Right, he's got 4 wounds there by the looks of it. Okay,
One,
that
drop
is
3 there.
3 cut down there. And as those guns fall silent, Dawn breaks properly, and the -1 now will be gone for the Dawn Raid rules. Next up would be the charge phase. Do you have any charges to declare? Oh dear. And here we are in the charge phase. The Rhino, ramming speeds, declares a charge against the Hellhound.
Cool. So to the turret first.
5 hits. It's 5s to wound. Does get 3
Three
wounds.
wounds.
Nice.
3 saves for -1.
So 4 ups.
Does make all 3. Incredible.
Hot cans.
The Heavy Flamer, 6 hits.
6.
Does get 4 wounds there.
Nice. Very good.
Another -1. Does fail 1 finally. Rhino is reduced by a wound. It cannot fail the charge. It literally cannot fail. In it goes. And then subsequently, this Hellbrute you told me off camera is also going to charge it, who also cannot fail the charge. So in he goes. Ouch. Okay, what's charging next?
Okay, so this Hellbrute is going to charge the back Hellhound there.
Okay. Full Overwatch.
2d6. This is
Nice.
the turret
5 to 7,
takes.
8. Windy on 5s. 3 wounds.
Wounds.
Okay.
-1.
4s.
He does
Oh.
take 2 wounds. Okay,
Wow.
and then the Heavy Flamer. 3 hits. Does take another 2 wounds there if he can't make his saves. No, he does make those. Okay, so 2 wounds down on the middle Hellbrute.
Okay.
He will need to roll a charge. Yeah, that easily makes it in.
Very good.
Okay, and then finally the third Hellbrute. What's he charging?
So the third Hellbrute is going to multi-assault the 2.
Okay, so this one can't fire Overwatch, but this one can.
Yeah.
Cool. So this one. 7. Two wounds.
Okay, 2 wounds.
Okay.
Fails 1, so wounds down.
Heavy flamer. 3. 1 wound.
1 wound. Does save it. Okay, any other charges declared this phase?
Yes, I'm going to charge the Leviathan into this unit of Tallarn over here.
Okay, so I'll do the las first.
Yep.
So 7 shots at that range. That's including the commander's pistol. Nada.
Nothing there.
Plasma.
Plasma, it is in rapid fire range.
No.
No hits. Okay. Can he make the charge though?
Need a 5.
Okay. Does make it only just, but in he goes. Alright, so that marks the end of the phase, but because all 3 Hellbrutes did take a wound, they can go crazy. So they must roll on the crazed at the end of every phase so they take wounds. So first of all, you didn't roll for his charge, did you? Yes, good point.
Yeah.
6, that will do it, no problem there. Alright, so rolling on the crazed results then.
Okay.
So for perhaps the hero.
Yeah. 6.
No. Alright, the second one.
6.
No, and finally the third. Oh, that means that because it was done at the end of the phase, it means he can fight again if he's in combat.
Yep.
Or shoot again, so he's in combat, so he can basically fight for free now at the end of the fight phase. Crazy. Right, now incidentally, of course, the hero Hellbrute actually didn't take any wounds, it was the Rhino, so just as well that roll failed on him. But nonetheless, we're at the end of the charge phase. He starts a fighting, gets a free round of fighting here with the Hellhound.
I like to imagine that this is his crazed fighting this time. So 3's to hit.
3 hits.
Okay. And then
Is dual raid, that's just shooting, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure it's just shooting.
Okay, cool.
We can double check, of course.
we're going to be wounding on, what's the toughness?
The toughness of the Hellhound, I believe it's actually 6. Should we double check that?
It's 7.
It's 7. Okay.
Okay. So 3 to wound. It is strength 12.
Yep. Just the 1 wound. Okay. And the Hellbrute Fist is -3 or -4?
Hellbrute is -3.
Okay, so 6 up could save the Hellhound.
Oh, I saw it for a second.
So did I. Okay, so it is
That's
going to
3
take some
down.
damage. 3 damage down on that Hellhound.
Okay, very good.
And then we go into the fight phase proper. And here we go in the fight phase proper. So we're actually just going to strike with the Hellbrute that just struck for free. So here we go.
So 3s again to hit.
We get
All
some
hits.
hits.
3s to wound.
2 wounds. Saves of 6 here. Oh, he's made 1. Very nice. So then it's 3 damage again.
Yep.
So he's
But
on
the
5.
Hellhound's still alive. Okay, and then the second Hellbrute.
This one's going to go for the same
He's
one.
going to do the same thing.
4 more attacks. 3s.
3 hits.
Can't re-roll the 1 because I'm not within 6.
Is he a Chaos
Oh
Sword
no!
as well?
Yes.
Yes, you can.
Sorry. Didn't even see it there. There we go.
Okay, that's 4 hits.
And then wounding on 3s.
That is
3
3 wounds. No saves there. That is 9 points of damage. That Hellhound is destroyed.
Does he blow up?
But does he blow up?
And it's on a 4+.
On a 4+, the Hellhound.
There's more than one way to use mines in this battle.
Oh yes.
Oh yes.
The Tallarn. It's a 6.
It would have blown it anyway.
Glorious fashion. It ignites. Okay. What is the damage that it does?
I think it's D3. Let me just double check.
And what radius is it?
That's a great question.
Because
6.
If it's within 6, he is definitely within 6. This
Yeah.
Hellbrute is in peril. Oh, the fuel tanks explode. It could bring the Hellbrutes down.
Gets them as
There's
well.
lots of-
Oh,
It's D3, so he's dead.
He's dead.
Okay.
Let's just see if he explodes.
Does it explode? I hope so.
No, he doesn't. Okay, chain reaction here.
Oh, the hero's dead!
Your cultists, are they in range?
Within 6? No.
No,
just
out. Just out by a whisker.
Very lucky. Okay, so D3. Number 2 on this.
2 damage, so he's only got 5 left now.
Another.
And then the other one.
Just
the one.
Okay.
Okay, so they both got 5 left now.
And then this.
And then the Tallarn soldiers.
They take
Oh,
3.
they take 3.
Ouch.
Burning fire, the fuel payload of that Hellhound as it goes sky high.
And you see these 2 hellhounds as well.
Brutal. Okay, and then these 2 Hellhounds also hit, of
So-
course.
Yeah, so this one here takes 2.
Okay.
So he's on 9 now. So I'm just going to move this over here. Oh, I'll need a better dice.
Yeah.
And then this one takes
Just
1.
the 1.
So look,
okay,
that's
so he's on
perfect.
8.
So we put
That 9 over
just
there.
go like this.
And we put that 8 over there. Perfect.
Thug life.
Wow. Okay, we've removed the Hellhound now because it did explode, but we're going to keep the damage, the vehicles that didn't explode, just on the
Hero.
battlefield. So, right. This Rhino also would have taken D3, by the way. 3. Okay, so that loses another 3 wounds. Not bad. Okay, so who's attacking next? The
Well,
Leviathan, I assume.
Well, no, let's get the Rhino out of the way. The
Okay.
Leviathan can be the treat at the end.
Okay.
Uh,
So how many wounds has the Rhino got left
he's
now?
lost 4.
Yeah, he's lost 4. Okay.
There you go. So he's got 6 wounds left.
Yep.
Not degraded yet.
No.
So he still gets his mighty 3 attacks back. 6s to hit. Nope.
No hits.
None.
Okay.
Right. So let's go on to the Leviathan.
Okay. And so we move on to the Leviathan. What attacks has it got?
Okay, he's got 4 attacks.
Yep.
He's booting them with his feet, I presume.
Yeah.
So he's hitting on 2s. His weapon skill 2. Oh
That
man.
is 3 hits.
3 hits. Strength 8. So wounding
2s.
on 2s.
2 wounds.
2 wounds.
And no AP because he doesn't have any combat weapons,
Yep.
does he? Okay.
So 5s.
Ah, one of the Tallarn soldiers stands.
Miraculous.
But he dodges out of the way before he stood on.
Now, because of Machina Malefica,
Yep.
I can regain. Oh no, he's on 4 wounds.
He's
So
on 4
normally-
wounds, so it's
Normally,
11, yes.
you roll a d6 for every model that's slain, and then you can regain a wound on any 5s and 6s.
It's alright, yeah, but that's not an effect here. So now the Tallarn soldiers will get to hit back, and the Hellhounds will also get to hit back. So who's hitting what?
These guys will pile in.
Yep.
So everyone's here. So that's what, 4 attacks?
Okay, 4 attacks. Sergeant was killed.
No, it's 5 attacks.
5 attacks. Okay.
I just want to check if it's weapon skill 4 or 5. Why do I think it's 5?
It's weapon skill 4 with guardsmen. The Tallarn will bring out their curved blades and surely bring this Leviathan down.
Very good.
That is 2 hits.
6s. Nah.
No, okay, so they
Scraping
failed.
against the ankles.
All right, and then the Hellhounds can hit.
Both of those hellhounds can hit. So this hellhound here. 1 sec, sorry.
It's definitely hitting on 6s.
Yeah, I'm just seeing at what point he degrades his weapons. I know it's 6. Okay, so 3 attacks.
Okay.
With this one on the right.
Yep. Nothing.
Hits. And he'll attack him.
Yep.
Nothing.
No. Okay.
Cool.
So that marks the end of the fight phase and ultimately the end of the turn.
Well,
bar
we just
morale.
need to do the crazed table for these 2 to the end of the phase.
But you didn't take any wounds. Oh no, you did from
because
the
the mortal
explosion.
wounds.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
any unsaid wounds.
Yes, that's right.
So this one on
Okay.
6.
No.
This one.
No.
It's so cool.
Okay. Okay. The Hellbrutes are not going off, despite being doused in Hellhound fuel. There. Okay. Now, morale-wise, we do have a few units.
Yeah.
This Tallarn unit.
Lost 5 and their
Yeah.
leadership 7. So
Okay.
essentially I want a 1 or a 2.
Okay.
I get a 5.
Okay. So 3 are killed then,
3
aren't they?
are
3 flee the battlefields.
Okay.
Oh dear, Colonel Jalid couldn't make them hold their ground. All right, and then that one that's by himself, the plasma gunner, and then with the -2 from the butcher cannon.
Yeah, I think he's just...
He is gone. He flees. He never returns.
Yeah. This unit's
He's a
lost
smart
5.
guy.
Lost 5. Yep.
4, so another 2.
Okay.
This unit has lost 6.
Yep.
On a 5, they all flee.
Oh dear.
Is that right?
No, well they lost. They lost
lost
6,
6.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yeah, there's
7.
4 left.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh
so they all
no,
flee.
the Tallarn here starting to break in the face of this horror. Oh dear. But I believe that's all of the morale done now.
I think so.
You did lose a couple here,
lost
but
2
I don't think it's
over
enough to
there.
fail. So, no, you
we'd
could
be
lose 1
we'd
on
be
a
on
6. No, they're okay. They hold. Almat Hazik there, the lieutenant, telling the veterans to stay put. So, that does mark the end of the turn. The Dawn Raid, the Jackals sprung the trap, but unfortunately the Iron Warriors, as if by some foul prescience of the sorcerer himself, Malixus, perhaps he was aware of them coming, have literally turned the tables on them. But have they? For in the distance, the sounds of hooves, the galloping of the spear of Tallarn will soon make their presence on this battlefield known, as well as the command squads of the colonel, the captain and the major here on this battlefield. It is time for the heretics to be purged.
Never!
And the movement phase for the Tallarn Jackals is complete. The spears of Tallarn have become present on this battlefield, with Captain Faisal and 2 command squads of Melter flanking him, as well as he heralds the coming of the spears of Tallarn. Surely they will turn the tides of this battle, much like the Rohirrim at Helm's Deep.
That's exactly what I'm going for. They were screaming, "Darn! Darn!"
Yes.
So for our friends, Mary.
It's so epic. So meanwhile, Colonel Jalid has gone under here, under cover of this desert rock formation here, with his units flanking him and 1 unit of vanguard moving towards the cultist blob over here. And meanwhile over here, Hazik and the veterans have remained stationary, looking to bring their special weapon training and fire against perhaps the Sakharan. We shall see. And then of course the final line of defense, the heavy weapon teams, the last few noble soldiers of the Tallarn that must hold the line against the dread Leviathan, have stood there and held their ground under the orders of Major Kaji there over here, as he looks onto the Leviathan just falling back away from him. And then next to him, another command squad of Melter have come out, perhaps from hiding in ambush here using the Tallarn stratagems, and they are able to bring their guns to bear against that monstrosity. So this is a key turn. Now we should note that the 2 Hellhounds have fallen back just over an inch away from combat, and Bone has told me that he wanted to keep them around here to just help block the path and slow down the enemy as much as he can. So let's see what happens. It would be a big phase coming up next, a shooting phase, a critical one for the noble warriors of Tallarn against these foul heretics. So we're at the beginning of the shooting phase and orders have been issued. Colonel Ishrak Jalid has issued first rank fire, second rank fire to bring down these cultists. He has then turned around over here and issued take aim to this squad of Tallarn soldiers. Meanwhile over here, Major Kaji has issued bring it down to the command squad, so rerolling 1 to wound against the Leviathan with their melter guns, and then take aim to the veteran squad here, squad of specialists over there on his left. Captain Faisal, who has come in with the spears of Tallarn, his dagger of Tusak currently sheathed, but he issues 2 sets of orders, which is also take aim to both the command squads with the melter there, eyeing up the Rhino and the Sakharan respectively. And then finally over here, Almat Hazik, the lieutenant, the company or the platoon commander, is issuing take aim to the remnant veteran squad over there. So those are all of the orders. Now off the top of your head, Bone, do you know where the Jackals want to open with their fire? Are you ready, sir?
Yes, I am. I'm just having a look at...
Should we come back to you?
Yeah, give me 1 sec.
Alright. Well, the Tallarn here, under the command of Colonel Jalid, are known to be impetuous, and Lieutenant Almat Hazik is overcharging his plasma pistol, a reckless weapon for the young lieutenant, the captain and major in this army, favouring bolt guns over him. But nonetheless, he overcharges it, and you're firing upon, sir, the Sakharan.
Well, the way I figure is they must stop the technovirus getting off this planet. They must stop it. So they are throwing their lives on the line here to do it.
Oh.
So here it is. So
Noble Tallarn soldiers here.
3. There is no longer any -1.
No, no Dawn Raid.
Here it is. Okay.
3 or more.
Oh, I'm really nervous.
Almat Hazik against the Sakharan. Already damaged.
No!
Has these weapon does
Wait, I
fail.
have 1 command point.
Are you going
left.
to spend the last command point on it?
I'm going to spend it!
Oh no! Okay.
Here it goes.
Don't like see. Go! It does get a hit. Okay. So I went. The weapon must have been near malfunction. He must have just cleaned it beforehand.
I just like to hit. No, I like it. Kind of like went to fizz and he just hits it on the side. And just boom, just shoots off. Just hits the back.
Okay.
Takes a tractor up. Okay, so 3 to wound.
It's strength 8 now.
Yes!
He does get the wound. It's -3 against the rear hull.
Needing a 6.
No, it's further 2 damage down. That's 7 wounds down from the Sakharan now.
Very good.
Hazik opens this fire nicely. Do we know what we're firing next?
Yeah, we're going to go over to the veteran squad.
Hazik, what a hero!
I'll overcharge with this plasma as well.
Okay, now he does have to take aim.
Yeah.
Alright. It's in rapid fire range.
Rapid fire
The
range.
plasma opens up.
Veteran squad's hitting on 3s.
The Tallarn and the Imperium, that is
Nice.
2 hits.
Nice.
No Dawn Raid anymore, so
No.
nice hits there from the veterans.
And then 3s to wound.
He's
2
got 2
wounds.
wounds.
Nice.
Needs 6s here. The veterans opening up.
No.
No, both saves fail. That's 4 more points of damage there.
3 left.
It's got 3 wounds left, this Sakharan.
The crack missile now.
Missile loader launches a missile.
I can
Reroll
reroll.
ones. Take aim.
Yeah,
It is a hit with the veteran squad.
3s to wound.
It's a
Yes!
wound.
Oh my
This was the
goodness.
best command point I've
It's
ever
minus,
spent.
it's -2 now. -2 to save.
-2.
It's a 5 up required. He does fail that save. This is D6 damage on the cracked missile. Could finish it off with a single missile. It's a 6! It's a 6! Does it blow up? Wow, does it blow up? That's the question. No, it doesn't, but wow. Lieutenant Hazik and his veteran squads. Heroes of Tallarn, the Jackals,
It's because I spent the
outflanking.
command point. It's because I spent the command point.
Absolutely incredible. Blow this Sakharan to smithereens, and that is an incredible opening. Incredible stuff here. Hazik has done very well. The young, impetuous lieutenant looks on to his captain here, Faisal, and the command squads, and no doubt a smirk on his lips.
Yeah. he's known him since he was a boy.
He has.
Yeah. Used to clean the latrines, and look at him now.
Zeke, amazing. So, Captain Faisal has issued orders to this command squad. Here we go. Take aim. Melters against the Rhino.
3s rerolling 1s.
Does get 1-1. 3
3
hits.
hits, mark for death.
Okay, it's 3s to wounds. It's
3
3
wounds.
wounds, and there's no save there at -4.
No.
He's not in melter range, so it's a flat 3d6 damage. Oh, wow! The command squad of Faisal blows this Rhino to pieces. Does it explode?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. So the Marines inside will be able to disembark, but my goodness, that will clear the path for the spears of Tallarn, and perhaps a mighty charge will be issued across the battlefield. We shall have to see. So as the Rhino goes up in smoke, do all of the Marines successfully disembark?
I hope so.
No, one
One
of them
drops.
does succumb to some internal explosion there. Perhaps he didn't have his helmet on. But they will disembark. Let's work out what the Jackals are firing at next. The Sentinels now turn their las cannons on the Leviathan, the monstrosity amidst the village of Akat. Okay, so las cannons.
So first one is a hit.
Scores a hit.
That is a wound.
It's a wounds. Okay.
So I get a 5 up invuln save from shooting.
Okay.
No.
No. Okay.
dear.
It is D6 damage on this Leviathan.
Just
2 points of damage.
Can't re-roll anymore.
No.
Next one.
Did you get a command point back with using the grand
Oh.
strategy of...
I didn't roll for it. I
you-
did!
So you do technically have 1 left, although you can't use the reroll this turn.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, so we then move on to the second las cannon.
That's a
That
miss.
is a miss. The third las cannon
That's a miss.
is
as well.
also a miss. Okay, so the armoured sentinels, they're opening up. A little bit of light damage on the Leviathan, but still mainly unfazed. The command squad now, 4 Melter, bringing their specialist weapons to bear against the Leviathan. Major Kaji has issued orders to take aim.
Yeah. No, these guys are
Bring it down rather,
Yeah,
sorry,
so
of course.
The reroll ones.
Of course he would say bring it down after seeing that butcher cannon just slaughter his troops. Okay, roll to hits. It's 3s, he's got 3 hits. Yeah. But now it is 4s to wound, but re-rolling 1s. Just as well he's got a re-roll. Can he score a wound at least? Bringing it down, he does get a wound.
Invuln save. Hellfire Reactor.
Yes!
Oh no!
Yes!
Oh no!
The dark powers consume you!
It's at this point you can imagine the panic and the horror starting to spread across the Tallarn lines as they realise that this machine is still fully functioning. What are we firing with next?
The veteran squad here.
Veteran squad down here,
So
okay.
we'll go with the plasma first.
Are they overcharging?
Yes, they are, because these
Oh
guys
my
have
goodness,
take
okay. Oh my goodness.
So I can reroll the ones. Here.
Would
So I have
it
to
be
do
the
these 2 at a
last
time.
order of Major Kaji before the Leviathan comes at him?
Reroll the 1.
Re-rolling the 1. Obviously there's no minus this time, but that is a single hit
That's
because
one
they are a
hit.
veteran squad.
Second one. Rerolling
Can
the
re-roll
1.
the 1. Oh no! One of the veterans is slain! Oh, there's something painful about seeing these souls die.
Still get 2 hits.
Okay,
so
2
far.
hits.
Then
4 hits. Okay, the
look,
plasma.
it's
Okay,
not bad.
we'll take it. 4 hits there.
So,
It is strength 8.
yeah,
It's
so-
overcharged, so it's 4s to wound.
4 to wound. No rerolls here.
Only
the 1 wound.
Just the 1 wound. Minus 3.
Hellfire Reactor.
No, does fail. It's a flat damage of 2. That's
Okay.
10 wounds left on
Okay.
this Leviathan.
The crack missile.
Okay, the crack missile.
Reroll that
Rerolling
one.
the 1.
It's a bit of theatre, isn't it?
Okay,
That's a hit.
it's a hit. Right, it's 4 to wound.
No.
No, doesn't wound.
Okay, and then the
Las rifles.
Las rifles.
The humble Las rifles.
Can they take?
Oh, it's monster.
I've
Okay.
got 4 in there. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Good shooting.
Okay, very good shooting
Now
there.
just need some 6s here.
Does get 2 wounds with Las rifle fire.
Any minus?
No, so it's a 2+ armor save, isn't it, on Leviathan? Oh, he makes both easily.
Okay, very
This
good.
mockery of a machine. Oh no. We continue to fire here. The heavy weapons turn around. It's 3 cracked missiles into the hull. This thing must be brought down, surely. Surely!
1 hit.
Only 1 hit. To wound. It is a wound.
Hellfire Reactor.
No, it's D6 damage. To
No, I'm using command point!
Oh no, he's using command points.
I've got 2 left.
Okay.
I've got
okay,
2 left.
Okay.
Yes!
Oh no! The Leviathan still
It's
stands.
alive!
The pressure is on. Kaji starting to bark more orders than his troops can keep up with. The autocannons opening up. Heavy weapon team. This thing must be brought down. Oh, it's good rate of
that's
fire.
a good
It's good
roll.
rate of fire.
That's good shooting.
It's 5 to wounds now.
No, this one. Oh yeah, this one's
Straight
wound.
7.
Nah.
Autocannons.
Just
1 wounds.
You got 1. It's -1.
Minus 1's a 3 up save. He's
He
okay!
makes it.
He just
Oh no.
through this
The final autocannon squad.
This is
Oh no. Oh, the stress. The stress. That's 3 hits.
Yeah.
It's 1 wound. He does fail to save.
No.
It is another 2 points of damage. It's got 8 wounds left.
Okay.
Major Kaji could level his bolter against it.
Well.
Oh, but then you've got the remnants of this squad as well.
He degrades if you take 1 more wound off.
But it seems that there isn't enough
Overcharging.
fire.
I'm overcharging over here. I'm overcharging.
Okay, he overcharges.
That's really stressful.
Okay.
Okay. Overcharge.
Both
Oh,
hits.
nice.
4s.
1
One
wound.
wound.
Okay. To save.
5 up.
He does fail that save. It is yet again another 2 points of damage.
Wow.
Left with 6.
And then the last.
Okay.
So he's actually got a pistol, doesn't he?
Yes.
Cool. Hey, yeah.
3 hits.
3 triple 6. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. That means that the entirety of this line has opened up and failed to bring the Leviathan down, but Major Kaji himself with his bolter. This is reminiscent of Tom Hanks firing that pistol.
He shoots that Leviathan, he is dead.
Oh no.
He shoots the Leviathan.
He hits it once. Okay. Obviously nerves getting the better of him here. He wounds
Oh,
it!
he wounded
He
him!
wounds it!
Yes! That's so cool!
Major Kaji! Can he take a wound?
Absolutely
no.
not. Get out. Get out.
Colonel Ishrak Jalid. First rank fire, second rank fire. Bring this cultist scum down. Or will they? Will they?
It's a lot of shots.
It is a lot of shots.
Oh, actually, sorry, I need to add one more. I forgot about the pistol.
They become rapid fire 2, and they are in rapid fire range, so it isn't a veteran squad, so they are hitting on 4s, but a substantial amount of fire. And then it's 4s to wounds. Cultists.
One, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, it looks like a number of wounds there. 3, 6, 9, 10 wounds.
Any minuses?
No.
Okay, so 6s, they survive. 1 survives, so 9 down.
9 cut down with Lab's fire there.
And then the plasma.
Plasma, also rapid firing. Hits
One
once.
hit. I'm not obviously overcharging this.
Sure, and kills another in burning plasma.
10 kills.
The cultist swarm surrounding Abraxas there are starting to thin rather rapidly, and that could leave the characters of the Iron Warriors vulnerable here on this planet. Let's see what happens. And now onto the Colonel himself. This time, changing the power cell in his plasma pistol. He's actually... Are you going to just fire the plasma pistol on low charge, or are you going to overcharge it?
Wait, does he have a crack grenade? I could throw a crack grenade.
You could throw a crack grenade.
I'm going to throw a crack grenade.
Okay.
I'm going to throw a crack grenade.
Okay, he throws a crack grenade.
Overcharge a crack grenade.
Overcharge crack grenade. Okay, well, lucky I didn't overcharge. I rolled a 1.
Interesting. He misses. Okay, obviously fumbling for the pin there. The Colonel looking at the cultist swarm. Perhaps he catches the eyes of Abraxas himself. Who knows? So, what's firing next?
These guys, so they've got take aim.
Yep.
So I will overcharge the plasma. So let's just do that first.
And is that going on? They can only really see the rhino,
so
can't they? Okay.
Rhino. Cool. So
Plasma.
Plasma. This is. I'm re-rolling 1. So okay, both
hits.
Very good. 3s to wound.
3s. Oh,
2
both wounds.
Oh.
Now this rhino's already lost a number of wounds. It's only got 6 left.
6 left.
It's actually in peril here. Does fail
Yes,
both.
it is in
4
peril.
points of damage. It's only got 2 points of damage left to take.
Yep.
Can Lasfire bring it down?
Well, it will. I've just got to get all these.
It
dice.
will.
If not, will the glimmering blade of Ishrak Jalid
His
cut
weapon
through
is,
the hull?
His weapon is
The
boss.
claw of the desert tigers is what he's armed with.
Oh, cool name.
Sheathed in a golden sheath. It's amazing. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. 4's re-rolling 1s. Luckily, because there's quite a few 1s there. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Pretty
Good
good
round
roll.
of fire.
Pretty
But
good
it
roll.
does need 6s to hit, or to wound rather. No, not a single
not a
wound
single one.
scored. Perhaps it will have to be the Colonel himself. However, before it comes to anything too drastic, this squad, the sergeant turns around, orders the changing of a power cell. The weapon's overcharged. It rapid fires into the rhino.
Yes! Die!
Rolling to hit.
Yes!
It's both hits! Oh wow, this is big, people. He could destroy the rhino in this salvo. 3s to wounds.
Yeah.
It is double one! They both fail. The plasma fails to breach the hull.
Damn.
Can the sergeant's las rifle inflict some damage? Rapid fire. Oh, las pistol
Yeah, so
rather.
you got a pistol.
No, he misses. It seems that the Colonel himself might have to finish it off if he wants that rhino destroyed. Folks, we are in the charge phase. An extremely brutal battle fought here on Markesha Prime. One certainly for the histories of both of these armies. What a conflict. But now, both Colonel Ishrak Jalid and the Spears of Tallarn issue charges. The Spears of Tallarn need a double 6 to make it into the unit of Iron Warriors that just got out of the wreck. for Tallarn and the Emperor.
Gotta get Overwatch first.
Go on,
I've got a plasma gun as well. Everything's rapid fire range.
Okay.
Right, bolters first.
Overwatch. He's got 2 hits.
Got 2 hits. Not like this.
No.
I believe the toughness of the riders is 4. Or is it actually only 3?
I think it's 3. Just let me double check. It is 3, so 1 wound.
Oh, 1 wound. Surely he won't be cut down from horseback.
Well, they're 2 wounds.
They are
each,
2 wounds each.
Okay, so 5 up save. No.
No, one is wounded on the way in.
That's fine.
Rapid fire plasma.
Okay, that's for now.
Oh,
9
he
hits.
saw it twice.
Okay. Do the spears of Tallarn make their charge on their debut here?
Got the toga dice out.
Oh, it's big.
Got the toga dice out.
Big. And you've got a command point left.
I've got 1 command point left.
Oh god.
I'm telling you now, if there's even a whiff, that I'm using that command point if I can get in there.
Okay. He needs a double 6.
I need
He's
a double
literally
6.
just 12 inches away.
Here we go. You ready?
Yes.
Double 6 for Tallarn.
No, it's not even close.
Can't even use a reroll.
I believe that as one of them was wounded, it probably halted the charge somewhat.
The horses skittered.
They did,
Yeah.
but they are set up for perhaps a turn 2 charge. Okay. Now Colonel Ishrak Jalid charges the Rhino. He only needs something like a 3, I think.
Overwatch.
Go on then.
But the Overwatch of the combi bolter, 1 does hit him on the way in, but does fail to wound.
He knocks it out of the air with his
I
sword.
think his refractor field's just... Okay. He
Yeah.
makes the charge.
Nice.
So he's just going to tuck in there into the corner. And we'll just move that off camera for you. There he is. He's in combat with the Rhino.
So here's how it's going down. The Claw of the Desert Tiger.
What a cool name.
So this is a weapon. It is strength user,
Yeah.
but it is -3 and it is 2 damage.
And it gives you +2 attacks, doesn't it? So I
Yeah,
think
so I get 5 attacks.
attacks. The Claw of the Desert. I believe it would be called the Desert Jackals.
Yeah.
There's a jackal here, but here we go.
You better pray for a 6, friend.
So hitting on 3s.
3s. Of
Okay,
course.
he's hit with every single one.
Every
bit.
single
Every
blade.
single blade is hit.
Every single blade
Now
strike.
he just needs to roll some 6s.
Okay.
Some sexy desert 6s!
He's got one.
Got one.
And that's all he needs!
Oh
Now,
dear.
it-
-3, and if you fail it, I kill the rhino!
He needs a 6 to save. Or
Please.
Colonel Jalid does
Please.
bring the Rhino down.
Come on, Jalid!
Himself.
Yeah!
It's a 5.
Oh,
What is that?
Hang on. Should we do the... Yeah, go on.
Oh,
no! Oh, okay, roll it again!
Oh, roll it again.
Roll it again, bitch! Yeah.
Oh! Jalid does
He
destroy
killed
the
the rhino with a dagger!
It's called the Desert Claw.
It's the Desert Claw and it's a sword.
Does it blow up?
Doesn't matter!
Does it blow up?
Show me! Oh, I saw it again!
But as Colonel Ishrak Jalid looks on in horror whilst I imagine he probably slashes the blade, this power blade, across one of the tracks, and it just stops the vehicle moving, then places a crack grenade inside the hull, but emerging from within are the Marines. Do any of them... 2 of them are slain by that crack grenade. as
He
it
killed them when they
detonates.
came out! Yes!
Amazing. And that's it, the end of the turn for the Desert Jackals of Tallarn. These Marines emerge from the wreck of the Rhino, looking on to the las rifles of these Tallarn soldiers. Colonel Ishrak Jalid, a hero, but dangerously exposed.
We were saying off camera, those Space Marines didn't die in the explosion. He cut them down as they came out.
Yeah, it's
Like
amazing.
you could see, like one was just crawling out and he looked up, and then this blade just goes shing, like the desert sun reflects off it, and he goes shut and beheaded him.
That's right.
Yes.
That's what happened.
That's what happened.
So this is quite the conflict here. The turn complete, turn 2, but the Iron Warriors able to strike back, still a tide of traitors in tow, and the Leviathan, I can imagine, is filled with fury deep in enemy territory. Turn 2 for the Iron Warriors coming up next. This is the state of play. Turn 2 for the Iron Warriors. The Iron Fourth, Lord Abraxas himself, has left the cultist swarm and has moved towards the Tallarn infantry line. Bear in mind, Ishrak is right in front of him. We could have a showdown of the warlords here. Jalid versus Abraxas.
Oh, that would be so sweet.
Oh, wow, that would be very cool. Meanwhile, over here, the cultists seem to have continued to move up in a column. And we can see that the sorcerer, Melixus, and Olandir, the brother of Abraxas, the twin brother, in fact, has moved forwards, supporting the two Hellbrutes. Did they advance or did they move?
They just moved.
They just did move. Okay, and the Leviathan, he's also moved forward now. This horror, this ancient machine.
He can only move 5 now.
Can only move 5 because it's degraded.
Yep.
Moved towards the Melter Gun command squads. The Marines over here, did they advance?
They didn't advance.
They didn't. No. So did anything advance in your army?
Yes. So the Warlord, Alander and the Sorcerer have both advanced.
Okay, so they've both advanced. Because remember, this mission is nothing to do with kill points, first blood, slay the warlord, or anything like that. The only requirement is that the Iron Warriors get 1/3 of their force off the boards to the dropships. That's the only requirement. And if they do so, they win automatically.
Need 583.3 points.
That's mathematics. That's mathematics right there.
The Leviathan obviously worth a substantial amount of points, over 300. Things are getting dangerous here.
Oh.
Let's see what happens. It's the psychic phase coming up next. Here it is, folks. Melixus, what is he doing?
Right, first of all, he's going to cast Prescience onto the Leviathan.
Okay.
Needing a 7.
Goes off.
Very good.
Okay.
Very good.
I deny it.
You can't. No psychic shenanigans.
It's called the Will of Tallarn.
And then Warp Time's going to be cast on this Hellbrute. Now, this is very important. I need a 6. Yes.
No, that does go off. That
good.
means that the Hellbrute can move again,
That
getting
changes
dangerously into enemy territory and could pull off a charge. Oh no, folks, we're in the shooting phase and your eyes do not deceive you. So slightly out of sequence here, our apologies for that. But a Tide of Traitors was intended for a Tide of Traitors to be used. It had to be done at the end of the movement phase. I know we've done the psychic phase, but frankly it had no difference.
It's a narrative game.
Exactly. So what we've done is we've just done it. So Chaos Lord Beard has no command points left.
Absolutely not.
And what happened over here?
I'll tell you what happened. So as Abraxas turned to face the warlords of the Tallarn, he looked at him from a distance and held up his axe and started carving down all the cultists around him. And then, not known to the Tallarn, the Iron Warriors heard over the Vox that the trap's been sprung, and then they called in the true cultists as reinforcement. So he just cut them down in cold blood, laughing.
The Iron Cow resurrected.
Dripping in blood, he walks towards the warlord of the Tallarn.
Abraxas.
His
Truly
last-
dark soul.
His last mistake.
That's right. Surely the claw of the desert jackal will not fail us now. And now we enter the shooting phase proper. The warp-timed Hellbrutes does a multi-melter into the autocannons and the heavy flamer into this squad of veterans here. So,
Heavy flamer first. D6, auto hits.
3 hits.
Very good. Wounding on 3s.
It's 3 wounds. It'd be -6s to save. Ooh, 2 of them burnt alive. Horrible. Okay, and then the multi-melter.
Multi-melter. No.
That is a miss.
That is a miss.
Okay, so that's that Hellbrute finished.
This one.
Yes.
Heavy flamer into this squad of 3.
Oh, come on now.
Oh, that's terrible.
And then the melter gun again into
The auto cannons. Okay.
So D6. 6.
That is
Roast and toasting.
not looking good.
If any man
for
can roll
those
6
three.
ones, it's you.
Whoops.
three guardsmen here. That's not
No,
looking
not
good.
too
That's
much.
4 wounds.
4 wounds?
Yep.
Yeah.
4 6s.
No, they are slain. The unit burnt alive. Okay. Ouch. And the multi-melter now. Okay. No,
Can
misses
re-roll
also.
'cause of the Chaos
Can,
Lords?
yes, because of Orlando. Okay,
That's a
that
miss.
is
That's
a
a
miss
miss,
because you
yeah.
moved with it.
That is a
Exactly.
miss.
So, Both Hellbrutes fired. Let's see what he does next. We now move on to the monstrosity that is the Leviathan. What is his order of fire?
Okay, so we're going to do the 2 Hellflamers into this squad of melters here.
Okay.
The Butcher Cannon is going to fire into the autocannon unit here.
Yep.
The Gravflux Bombard is going to fire into this unit here.
Okay.
Okay.
So which one first?
So we'll start off with the 2 Hellflamers.
All right.
So 2d6.
5 hits
5.
on the command squad.
Interesting. Okay, so 3 to wound.
Ooh, does wound with every single one. It's 6s required to save. Oh, 3 of them saved. Only 2 go down. Major Kaji looking on in awe as 2 emerge unscathed. Now we have the Butcher Cannon.
Yes, Butcher Cannon array into the autocannon unit here. So it's going to be 2, 3, 4s to hit now.
Yep.
Because he's moved.
Only 2 hits.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh
It is
dear.
2 to wounds. That is 2 wounds, and it's -1.
Minus
is it?
1. 2
Okay,
damage.
so he needs 6s to save.
Forgive me, is that on this unit?
No, it's on the
This unit,
autocannons.
Okay, cool.
No, so that is
1 killed.
Yeah, well, no, it's damage 2.
Damage 2.
Oh, it is damage 2?
Yeah, and I think each base counts as just 2 wounds,
It
or is
does.
it 6 individual guardsmen? No, it's okay, so it's 2 bases killed. Okay, and now the Gravflux bombards on the remnant veteran squad here. Does get 2d3 because they are 5
left.
models.
So
Yeah.
2d3.
5 shots.
Very good. So it's going to be 4s again.
Okay. Oh, hits.
Tasty.
Killing
Okay.
on 2s, isn't
Killing
it?
on 2, so
Yeah.
strength 9.
Still 2 survive though, 3 are slain. The Chaos Marines now here behind the Leviathan, opening up against the 2 survivors of the command squad. Can these men remain heroes? That is 5 hits. That is 3 wounds. No, the command squads are eventually cut down. Too much fire. And they are not heard from again as Major Kaji looks over the wall. We open up with the cultists now. The cult of the Technovirus. They're splitting their fire here. This fresh batch of meat for the Chaos War Machine. So how are you splitting the fire of these units, of this unit?
15 rapid fire into the unit of troopers over there.
Okay.
And then 25 into the heavy weapon squad over here.
Into the missile launchers. Okay. So which one's firing first? The 15 or the 25?
The 15. I'm just trying to grab some more dice with their rapid fire.
All right, let's let you get some dice. Here we go. It is the 15 rapid firing, so 30 shots into this infantry squad. Hitting on 4s.
Okay,
No
no
rerolls here.
rerolls here. Not bad.
And then 4s to wounds with the auto guns against the soldiers.
4s to wound. Okay.
Okay. Right, that is 6, 7, 8 wounds to save here.
May I?
You may.
Oh, he makes quite a few. Only
Nice.
3 are cut down.
Wow.
Incredible stuff there. These Tallarn soldiers, truly resilient. But then we have the rest of the fire. Let's get those dice together. And now 25 shots into the 3 missile teams here. So, to hit. And 4s.
Okay.
Okay.
Not bad.
Into wounds. 4s. Okay, so we're looking at this time 7 wounds for those missile teams. Okay, he's passed 2 and he's passed 3, so that is 4 wounds. That does mean that 2 of the missile launcher teams are slain. 1 is left active. Next we have the Iron Warriors themselves firing at the the Tallarn in front of them. Alright, rolling to hit.
So, bolters first. Okay.
Okay,
And then wounding. Just the one wound.
just 1 wound. Okay, and a save. Can't see what that is.
It's a 4.
It's a 4. Okay, so 1 is killed.
Okay.
And
rapid
then
fire
the plasma.
Not.
Overcharging.
Yeah.
2 hits.
Oh.
Oh, well, still 1's killed anyway because it is 2. So 2 were cut down by the Iron Warriors there. And then it's just Abraxas left to fire.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, what's he doing?
Do I want to throw a grenade?
A frag grenade, perhaps.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that into the
squad.
yeah.
Okay, try and clear some chaff.
So 2s. Very good.
So it's 3 shots for the frag grenade,
sorry.
and then rolling to hit.
All
That
hits.
is 3 hits, and then it's 4s to wounds. That's 2 wounds, 2 saves required here. He does kill 1 with some shrapnel on the way in. And now we come to the charge phase. These Iron Warriors have declared a charge against the remnants Tallarn soldiers.
Cool. So last.
2 hits.
2. Gosh.
Scores
wounds.
2 wounds.
Very good.
Accurate fire. 1 is cut down.
Got
Las
one.
rifles.
Yes.
And in the plasma.
Rapid fire, double 6. Oh, that
No.
would be cool.
Okay. And he literally can't fail the charge there, so it's just going to move them in. Abraxas now
Yes.
is declared a charge against, you guessed it, he'll have to declare a charge against both units because he can't move within an inch.
Well, didn't we say that this
technically
is not?
Yeah.
Ah, yes, because this isn't here, so he would be allowed to go around there. Yes, good point.
It just looks cool.
It just looks cool. Okay, all right.
All right, crack grenade.
So, crack
We
grenades.
all know how good I am with these.
Not the plasma gun.
No, this is a
Okay,
crack
the
grenade.
crack grenades.
Here we go, crack grenade. Oh.
No, Jalid fails with the crack grenades. Stumbles with the pin before Abraxas charges, who can't really fail
On
the
a
roll
double
anyway.
one, I'd fail.
Okay, in he goes, so that's not an issue. So we're going to say that he is more than an inch away from the troopers, which is fine. Okay, and then we have more charges being declared.
Yeah.
So the help route over here is
He's
charging.
going to do a multi-assault onto these 2 units here.
Okay, right. So we've got a missile team and 2 plasma rapid firing.
Okay, let's start with the plasma. I mean, do you overcharge at this stage? Yes. They're not going to survive this combat. Is this where heroes are born? Let's do it.
Tallarn.
I'm doing it.
For Tallarn, okay.
Okay, so you're going to do it 2 at a time then. All right, so double 6 here.
No, he's not dead.
Double 6 here.
The heroes of Tallarn.
Wow.
That's big. 3s to
Threes
wounds. Oh, just the 1.
I have a command point left.
You do, because you haven't spent it yet. It's 2 wounds.
wounds.
Do you get that command point back? No,
No.
you don't. You are now on 0 command
Zero
points.
command points.
This is incredible stuff. 6s are required to... He does save
one,
1,
okay,
but
fair.
that's 2 wounds down.
Okay, and now to finish him off with a crack missile.
With the missile.
6. Oh,
Oh, it's not a 6. Incredible stuff. Does he now make it into both?
Yeah.
Yes, he will. That will get him right up there. Very nice. Now, is this Hellbrute also declaring a charge against that team?
I may as well do.
Yeah.
I just remembered
Okay.
you could roll on the craze table as well.
Right, 5, 6, 7.
I'm
Okay,
sure.
so that might do it. You know, it might do it.
No,
No, it's not. Okay, and then the Leviathan
Yeah.
looks to Major Kaji. This is not good. Major Kaji levels his bolter.
Wait, a
Or
crack
perhaps
grenade.
it's a crack grenade,
Yeah,
of course.
Beep, beep, beep. And I like it, he just straps it to himself.
Oh no!
Yes, because
no!
he knows what's going to
No,
happen
no,
in a
no.
second.
No. Okay, good. And then he makes the charge. Oh dear. Oh dear. This is not good, people. This is not good at all. We're at the end of the charge phase now, but because he took damage during the charge phase, can roll on crazed. So
Come on. Give me a 6.
no, it
It's the
doesn't
opposite.
happen. All right, so let's move straight on to the fight phase then.
Yeah.
Do you want to strike with him?
Let's start with him.
Is he splitting his attacks between both? How is he doing this?
That's a veteran squad, so you don't need to.
Is that
this is one
missile
squad,
team
that's
part of the
one
veteran
squad.
squad?
Oh.
Oh, okay, so it wasn't even a multi-assault then.
multi-charge.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Of course.
I thought you might have been charging him, but
Right.
then I
No.
realised that you guys were doing
Okay, no problem.
Cool. So 4 attacks.
4 attacks here.
3s.
He does hit 3 times.
Very good.
That is
Strength 12, so
2s.
2s.
He's failed with one of them. Now, you get to choose who's removed, so you can keep, if you put it on the missile team. That will kill one, and then you can kill a plasma, or you can kill both the plasma and keep the missile team alive. Difficult, but you've lost quite a few of that number anyway.
I mean, they're probably going to run, but I think actually I'm going to keep the missile alive.
Okay, the missile launcher is left alive.
Yeah. Cool.
For what it's worth. Okay. And what are we doing next?
Let's do the Leviathan.
Oh no. Major Kaji, can you survive the Leviathan?
He does have a 5-up invulnerable save, don't
It's got a
forget.
refractive field. He's one of the senior officers in the 109th Jackals.
So he's going to be hitting on 3s now because he has degraded.
Okay. He's hit 3
so
times.
3 hits. His strength
Kaji
8.
draws his blade.
So 2 wounds.
It is 2
2
wounds,
wounds.
and it's no damage on this, is there? Or minus, right?
No minus.
And there's no damage on his, just he doesn't have like feet weapons, does he? So okay, so Kaji will survive.
Yeah, he will.
All right.
Yeah, he will.
And his refractor field, does that flare up anyway?
No.
No, it doesn't. Okay, so Kaji is wounded, takes a serious boot in the torso, but has survived this combat. We now move over here to the Marines against the Tallarn soldiers.
Okay.
So no sergeant in there by the looks of it.
Well, that is a sergeant.
Oh, it is,
Sergeant
okay.
bolters.
Right, here we go.
Yeah.
Just 1 hit.
The 1.
Does wounds though. And he saves. These Tallarn soldiers draw
Legends.
their curved blades. And now the big showdown.
Oh! Come on!
Abraxas raises his axe, issues challenge to Ishrak Jalid. What happens?
Let's find out.
Oh no.
So he's got 4 attacks.
Oh no.
He does have a power axe.
Okay.
So it's 2s.
The power axe, not -1 to hit, is it?
It's not -1 to hit.
No, it's just a power fist.
Absolutely not. Don't stress me out any more than I already am.
Okay.
2s. Can we roll the 1? Because he is a Chaos Lord
Okay.
of the Iron Warriors.
It's 4. Oh no.
Okay.
It's 4 hits.
4 hits. It's strength 5 because it's +1 with the power axe.
So it's 3s to wound.
3s to wound.
That
3
is
wounds.
3 wounds. Okay. And it's only damage 1?
It's damage 1. It's -2.
Okay.
So I'll get my 5-up.
5 up in Von. The
Von,
refractive field of Jalid.
Oh! Are you prepared to be illuminated?
This is it. We are now on the Tallarn order of operations, and Bone has said that Ishrak will strike immediately.
Of course he
The
will.
claw of the desert jackal has been drawn from its golden sheath.
Shing! And the desert sun hits it and blinds her. What's it? Baraxis?
Araxis.
How dare you!
Abraxas.
Abraxas blinds him, and he stumbles back with the light of the Emperor, and he takes his head. Oh, it's been a great
It's
roll.
only 2 hits. It's only 2
The
hits.
sun shone back into his own eyes.
Yeah! No
And
way!
he fails to wounds. Oh no!
The battle
He
continues.
cannot bring down Abraxas in a single round. These 2 warriors continue to circle each other, much like Hector and Achilles. But who will be Hector and who will be Achilles? We will have to find out. Next, however, we will move to the Leviathan and Major Kaji. Kaji draws his curved dagger.
More like Major Dead Man.
Oh, he gets 4 attacks. That's why you get a chainsword in there, so he gets an extra attack.
That's correct.
Good.
4 attacks here. You ready
Yep.
for that, Mr. Beard? There it is. 3
It's
hits.
3 hits.
It's 3 hits.
It is 6 to wound. Not a single wound, but Kaji is still alive. We then have the missile team, the veterans, against this Hellbrute.
2 attacks. 2 hits.
2 hits. 6 is again required.
No.
No wounds there. Okay, and then we have these Tallarn soldiers here and the sergeants.
So that'll be 6 attacks.
Okay. They bring down another Iron Warrior. It's 3 hits. It is no wounds. Okay, so that marks the end of the fight phase. It's now morale. There is quite a bit of morale to do.
Yeah. So let's start here. So we lost 5.
Yep.
Leadership is 7. So essentially we want a 1 or a 2 here.
He's got a 1.
Whee!
They stand.
They stand. The veteran squad, right. So I'm pretty sure all but one of that squad was lost this
And
turn.
they are -2 from the butcher cannon.
Yeah, so
I
I don't think they can pass.
No.
So they're gone. Yeah,
He's
they're
just
gone.
gone. There he
Okay,
goes. Bye.
Please.
See you later. This unit lost 2.
Yeah.
They'd be. Oh, I don't know what a heavy squad's leadership is. I'm assuming it's 7.
I think it's the same. I think it is 7, but
Well, let's roll them.
let's roll, see what you get.
3.
3 would definitely pass regardless.
Fine. Over there, same again.
Yeah, the autocannon team.
4,
4, 5.
6.
Yeah, that's fine.
Even if it was leadership 6, which
You'd
it
still
could
equal
be,
it, it's
still
fine.
Fine.
Okay.
This unit lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, they only lost 1. That's fine. They lost 1. That's fine. They didn't lose any. That's all. That's all the morale. Actually, I did all right.
Okay.
I
the
have
Tallarn
consolidated
line.
to that, so feel free to attack me back.
Ah, so the Hellbrute now is consolidated.
Did a cheeky consolidate.
It is.
Yep.
1 hit.
Oh.
No wounds.
No wounds. Okay. So that marks the end of turn 2 for the Iron Warriors. It should be noted that at this time, if these 3 war machines alone make it off the board, it will be an Iron Warriors victory. Do not forget the mission parameters in this narrative and mission. Let's see what the 109th Jackals do next. It's Tallarn turn 3 coming up. The Tallarn are on the move here in turn 3. The Hellhounds, assuming combat formation, turn their heated barrels upon the tide of traitors that has just emerged from the side of this battlefield. Over here, oh yes, the firing squad has been prepared. Oh my goodness, Colonel Ishak Jalid has fallen back.
A fitting in for a heretic.
I believe.
Death by firing squad.
Oh wow. Oh wow, the traitor did not resume the honourable duel, but I suppose, as Bone has quite rightly said, this man is a heretic. There can be no honour for him, only the honour of death by lasgun fire and plasma fire. So we will see if Abraxas survives. Meanwhile over here, because of the swiftness of Tallarn, a whopping advance roll of 6, and they could have still fired, ignoring the minus because of the Tallarn tactics, did get them almost within 12 inches of the Hellbrute, but they are at
it's like
half
half, yeah.
a centimetre out.
My heart is actually broken.
So the Melter may have to gun down the Iron Warriors here on the edge of the ruins of the village of Akat there. Meanwhile over here, the Hellbrutes and Leviathan look on as, of course, the missile team falls back and Major Kaji falls back also. The autocannons reloading, ready to try and bring down these monstrosities. It's a tight one, folks. It really is. The spears of Tallarn also moving to support, trying desperately to cut off the advance of these Iron Warriors before they make it to their dropships. And finally, Lieutenant Hazik, the impetuous young officer, leads his veterans to try and bring his warriors back into the fight. This is it, I feel. This is the stand of the Tallarn to try and stop the spearheads before it breaks through. If they fail to do so this turn, then all is lost. Let's see what happens. It's the shooting phase coming up next. We're in the shooting phase. Bone has something to say. Colonel Ishrak Jalid does what?
He steps back. I can see he took like a wound, like a flesh wound. He kind of steps back and just looks at him, and then he smiles as behind him he just hears all of his men just come around the corner and go. He just goes like this: illuminate him.
So what does that translate to?
So that's first rank, second rank fire with these guys, and then he's going to put take aim with this unit here.
I see.
So he just stands quite silently, quite still, and all just fires all around.
You're going to make him very angry. You're going to make him very, very
You're
angry.
going to make him very, very dead. Very, very dead.
Okay.
So that's the orders being ordered there.
Yeah.
Then over
Major
here,
Kaji.
he's
Yeah.
going to get back in the fight because
Okay.
they
So
are
the missile
infantry.
team that fell back.
And then. Do I want to reroll? It's the same. No, it's not actually. Yes, it is. I'm going to re-roll hits with this unit.
The reroll 1, so take aim with the
aim.
autocannon.
That's
Okay.
Great. I mean, over here, there's no real...
Captain Faisal there has nothing really to order.
Unless there's something that...
There is a tank order for Tallarn. Unfortunately, the horsemen will not, Rough Riders won't benefit from it. There is move though.
Yeah,
And I believe do the cavalry, funnily enough, count as infantry? Because you can only issue it to infantry. That's the problem.
No, I don't think they do. I mean, I don't. Well, no, they've got the cavalry keyword.
Are you sure?
Hang on.
Okay.
I just let me get the index.
Double check. Yeah. So of course the cavalry. I do have the cavalry keywords, but it was worth checking. And now Captain Faisal does issue move, however, to the Melter Gun squad, the command squad, which they're right on his left there.
Yeah.
So that goes off automatically. They have to move and they have to advance as well.
Advance. Yeah, cool. So,
just D6 for an advance. Just the one, but they will move an additional 7 inches this turn.
Which is handy.
And is he going to? He is a captain. He can issue another order, but there's no other valid unit within 6 to do.
He's going to do
to himself. Move to himself.
And
okay.
So he gets 3.
3 inches. So Captain Faisal there advances up with the Melter teams to really get back in the fight. Excellent work. And then, in theory, Lieutenant Hazik could issue that to himself or to his veterans as well.
He's going to do it to the veterans because they've already advanced. So,
yeah, so they can move and advance again with move, and they move another 7, 8, 9, 10 inches. Very nice. So that's the orders.
9.
It's shooting coming up next. And we open here with the missile team that Major Kaji ordered to get back in the fight. They did move with a missile launcher this turn. It's 5s to hit.
Oh, get him point blank in the face!
Come on. No, it's a miss.
Gets jammed and explodes.
Understandable in the face of this Hellbrutes, however. What are we firing next?
Okay, so this unit here...
The autocannons.
The autocannons is going to fire into the Hellbrute here.
Okay, autocannons, 6 shots.
Just going to get these dice.
Into the Hellbrutes.
I had to take the dice off the table.
Can-
Stay with me.
They bring him down. He's got 3 wounds left.
4s. Oh, it's a pretty
It's
good roll.
Good roll. It's a very good roll. Okay, it's now 4s to wounds.
Yep. Oh,
It's 2 wounds.
2 wounds, that'll do it. It's only -1 though.
2 wounds.
Ah!
That is 1 failed save. That's 2 damage. 1 wound left. Oh my goodness. Okay.
So we'll go straight over here then. And he's going to fire into
That
this
autocannon now goes at the Hellbrute as well. Major Kaji. Now he did say, take aim, didn't he, on that one?
Yep, so this is rerolling
So rerolling ones. Not that it matters, both rounds miss. Will Major Kaji unlock the pin of a crack grenade?
He can't, he fell back.
Oh no, of course.
Oh, let me think.
Oh no. The Hounds of Hell open up. The normal heavy flamer starts to roast the new tide of traitors. Meanwhile, however, this turns and unleashes hell on the 1 wound Hellbrute. Can he bring him down? It's 2d6.
Let's start with
hits. It's 8 hits.
What's the range on this?
16.
16. Yeah, Hellhounds.
May I
Really
have one
wonderful.
One more dice, please.
Yes.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay.
5s and 6s. Oh,
It's only one.
Is this cocked?
That's
Can
a
I roll
cock
that
die.
again?
That's a cock die. Okay. It is 2 wounds.
At -1.
It's 2 wounds at -1.
-1.
Oh! He's brought it down. He's brought it down. Does it blow up? No, it doesn't. But the Hellbrute is destroyed.
That's huge.
Oh, wow.
That's huge.
That makes things very, very tricky for the Iron Warriors, meaning that they need, I think, at least 2 more turns to get units off.
Heavy
Okay.
flamer.
4 hits.
Killing on 3s.
That is 4 cultists killed
Cocked
there.
like a dinner.
Okay, are we moving straight on to the seconds?
Yes.
Hellhounds.
How many was that for?
It was 4, that's right. Because it's -1, they've only got a 6 out of 7.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. So he will... Oh! Oh!
He could go for Melixus.
I could kill Sorcerer, but I think he's more of a danger at the moment. So I'm going to put the heavy flamer into this.
Right, he's going for the other hell
Well,
brutes.
the turret flamer into this, and then the heavy flamer.
Heavy flamer into the cultists.
Okay,
Okay.
so 2d6. 8 again.
Okay.
That's what you want. Well, you prefer 12, but 8's good.
5 to wound.
Oh, it's a
Oh,
good roll.
wow. 5 wounds there.
5 wounds.
Oh, he's
One
only
for
got
each
5
he's got
wounds
left.
left.
Kill it!
4 up saves. Oh, he does make 3, but that's another 2 wounds down from that hell brute. This is becoming punishing here.
Yeah.
The Tallarn putting up a valiant defensive effort here.
And then
the heavy flamer.
1.
Just the one.
Die! Yes!
He does kill a cultist there, but those are the Hounds of Hell. They've opened their maws. Fire has been breathed, and not much is left standing in the smoke afterwards. Now, the Jackals, the Sentinels, turn their las cannons to this hell brute.
So
It's one at a time, of course.
so
they are individuals.
We're going to start with the first one on the hell brute here.
Okay.
So 4.
It's a miss.
So the second one. 4.
The second one.
Is a hit.
It's a hit.
Oh, 3's to wound here.
It is a wound.
It's a wound.
Minus 3. Needs
It's
a
a wound.
6.
Come on the 6.
He's made the save. He's made the save. The third Sentinel here. The pressure's on.
It's very stressful.
We've been calculating this. The Iron Warriors could win if this Hellbrute survives. It's a hit.
God!
Can I wound?
Oh, can
Threes.
wound. Here.
Oh, that's cocked.
It's a cocked die, folks. Okay, it must be rerolled. It's a wound.
Can B roll another 6? No, it's a 1.
Okay, everyone now.
God!
On the roll of a 3 or more, that Hellbrute is destroyed. That will dramatically reduce the chance of an Iron Warrior's victory. Remember, they need a third of the points of their army off the board.
Hey-ya!
He's failed twice! Here we go. This is getting desperate for the Tallarn now. There is potential victory for the Iron Warriors in sight. The Melter, however, must bring these Marines down. They must be completely slaughtered. They cannot afford to allow any of them to survive to escape the board. Hitting on 3s,
3
3 of them
hits.
hit.
Killing on 2s.
2 are slain, but 2 will remain alive.
Bugger.
That is significant, folks. That is significant. Here we are. Now the firing squad's open. The 2 warriors here, under the orders of Colonel Jalid. Are they overcharging the plasma?
Of course.
Just for clarity, Abraxas just standing like this, with his axe and his bolter up.
Confidence. The Chaos Lord.
Well, he's just, he knows he's going where to go now. He knows that he's dead.
Okay.
So, we'll start with the plasma.
Okay.
So, I do have take aim on these guys.
Yeah.
Not that I need
It
it.
hits twice.
Problem. It's a problem.
It's
2
2 to wound here. Strength 8.
It is
One
only 1 wound.
wound.
You're very lucky. Minus 3.
Minus 3.
The Sigil of Corruption on the Chaos
in
Lord.
save.
The powers of Chaos do not protect him. That is 2 damage. I believe it leaves him with 3 wounds.
3 left.
And then the plasma pistol
The plasma pistols from
from him.
who? Oh, you mean the las pistol?
That's what I
okay,
meant,
right.
yes.
Okay.
Yes,
you
Las pistol missing.
clarify.
Misses.
So,
Okay.
then second rank. So I've got to get some dice.
Okay, all right, let's come back to it. Here it is. First rank fire, second rank fire into Abraxas.
Ugh.
Hitting on 4s, and the plasma is firing separately, and it has been declared that it is overcharging.
Yes.
Of course.
Now, it should be noted here that Abraxas is equipped with the
Flesh metal exoskeleton.
flesh metal exoskeleton, so he's got a 2-up save, and he regenerates a wound a turn. Befitting for this Chaos Lord. Right, it's 5s to wounds, and there are quite a few wounds.
Yeah.
But he's only got to get 2s.
2-up armor saves here for Abraxas. Surely he doesn't fall.
He gets all of them. He gets all of them.
Okay.
Okay.
Abraxas stands unfettered. Okay.
Plasma.
Until he gets plasmid.
Plasma
Overcharge!
I did.
only hits
One
once,
hit,
but
so-
doesn't.
So I cannot kill him. He will live.
He will live this turn.
2 to wound.
Of course he's going to live.
It is a wound.
It is a
though.
wound.
Unless-
Abraxas, the dark powers.
4 up in long.
Makes his save.
Ah, so cool.
He stands. And this is why these narrative reports, this epic chapter of history in the Iron Fourth's epic battle saga, as well as the, of course, the 109th Jackals. Incredible stuff here in this conflict on Markesha Prime. This is it. The sands start to blow across the plains here into the village of Akkad. The battlefield goes eerily quiet as the sand clears and they see Abraxas still stands. It is at that moment that Colonel Ishrak Jalid of the 109th Jackals issues the order to charge this unit here into Abraxas. He levels his Overwatch fire. We're in the charge phase.
The grenade.
Frag grenade.
Yep.
3 shots.
Okay, that's all I need. Well, it's not, but
He's hit once. Falls to wound.
no.
Failed to wound. Okay. It is then the charge. They will make it in.
Ugh,
100%.
he's fine.
Any other charges being declared this
Yes.
The Spears of Tallarn.
Spears of Tallarn.
Oh,
Hello.
hello. Against the Chaos Marines.
Now, I need
Plasma.
we need to measure this up.
I think it might be a 12 that's required.
No, not quite that much.
It's
an 11.
An 11.
An 11.
Okay.
He's only going to go and bloody do it.
Rapid fire plasma.
Rapid fire plasma.
No.
No.
Rapid fire bolter.
1 hit.
One
He could
hit.
cut one of them down. They're already wounded. It is a wound.
Mark for death.
To save.
Damn
He
it.
does kill one at
Yes.
the rear there as they charge in. Will this be the charge of the Light Brigade or will it be a charge
Come
of
on,
heroes?
get him in.
The
11.
Spears of Tallarn.
Get him in.
11! Oh no, they fail their charge this turn.
I just want them to kill something.
So, any other charges being declared?
I'll move these guys in, and I just want to see if I can fit these
Okay.
guys.
So they can make it because, of course, the Rhino technically isn't there. It's here for aesthetic purposes. This guard unit is around Abraxas. The other 2 try and charge in to support. Oh yes, they'll make it too. But will it be their doom?
Yes.
We shall see. We're in the fight phase, and we're opening with all of the infantry. We're also doing the 2-man infantry squad here as well against Abraxas. Will the weight of Tallarn blades, will their curve find the chink in Abraxas's flesh metal exoskeleton?
You
Let's
need
find
more
out.
than blades to fell me.
We shall see.
Was
Oh, it's a good roll, Beard.
it's
Pretty
a
good.
very good roll.
That's cocked.
That's definitely cocked as well over there. We're going to roll that again, everyone.
Okay. So a lot of stress here in the studio.
5s and 6s now.
Army history and reputation is on the line.
Oh, it's 3 wounds.
It is
One
3
for
wounds.
each you have left.
And I'm holding 3 dice.
Oh!
The fates have foretold. He's fine.
He's fine. He makes a mockery of you. He doesn't even use the exometal skeleton. His sigil of corruption flares to life. No guardsman will fell me. Okay, so we now have this combat. 5 Tallarn warriors against 2 Iron warriors.
Okay, that's not bad.
It's not bad.
Pretty good.
5's to wound.
Pretty good.
It's a wound.
It's a wound.
Single wound here. He makes his save in style.
Marked for life.
Okay. That's it. It
That's
does
the turn
mean
done.
that these Marines, it's not the turn
They
down.
don't get to attack. It's turn done.
He now gets to hit back here.
Gets 3 attacks.
3 attacks.
Oh, he misses with 1.
He's wounded with 1.
Wound.
No.
He killed 1.
No.
Okay.
Not like this.
Will be a morale check. Quiet.
Might be an error.
Oh no, wait. Yeah, he lost 1. That's true.
It's not
Now
progressive.
Abraxas.
So I think because I'm very tempted to go for the 2-man squad, but I'm thinking if I go for the bigger squad and kill
Yes.
4 of them, then there's more chance of morale and more dying.
This is true.
Okay. So 4 attacks.
4 attacks.
Any on 2s?
They all hit.
They all hit. Strength 5. 3's to wound.
That is 3 wounds.
-1.
6s.
No, he has killed 3.
Sliced down.
That will be, of course, a possibility of a morale. We'll have to see. In fact, we can just do that right now, because they are pretty much the only unit that is susceptible to morale this turn.
Yeah.
So, they've lost 3, their leadership is 7.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
He's fine, okay. The guardsmen remain in combat.
Now, what's the leadership of Marines, though?
Leadership is 8 with the
8.
sergeants. They only lost 2, so they are going to be okay. So that marks the end of the turn. An interesting one here for the Iron Warriors, because they are now able to retaliate, and they could get a couple of big point units off the boards towards the dropships next turn. Let's see what happens. The movement phase, turn 3 for the Iron Fourth, is complete. This is significant here in this conflict here on Markesha Prime. The Leviathan has gotten off the board. He's made it towards the drop zone, where the dropships will take them off-world back to their Demon Forge in the warp.
Yes, they must be stopped.
I'm very
How
pleased
many
he's survived.
points more is it required for you to get off the boards to win the game?
249.
That's too close.
So a character and a Hellbrute could potentially be that.
Yeah, if I can get the Hellbrute off, that's big. It's big.
Hellbrute's what, 140?
153, I
Oh
think.
my
With his
goodness.
upgrades.
Oh my goodness. And the cultists here, we can see the tide of traitors
156.
advanced and spilled towards the enemy lines here.
We didn't do a morale for them. They lost like 7 guys, right?
Oh yes, that's a very good point. We didn't do the morale for them.
Very good point.
They certainly wouldn't fail enough where they would all flee.
No,
but
of course, but
they could
at this
lose
point,
more models.
I need to take what I can
Yes,
get.
true. Okay.
How many did you actually lose, B? Do you remember?
Well, if we count here, it's 4, 8, 12, 16.
That's 5.
Oh, he's lost 5. Okay, good. So, morale. I think the leadership of cultists is 6. Maybe it's 7.
With their sergeant, it is 6.
Okay.
That
The
makes
champion.
sense.
Yeah.
It'd be a bit weird if they were 7.
Okay. Because they're not within the fearless aura of Abraxas anymore.
Oh!
He's rolled a 1. They are fine.
They can smell.
Oh, no.
They can smell victory.
This is getting close now, folks. Remember, he's got warp time. So that is another unit potentially off the board. And he can start declaring charges.
Should we just do warp time now?
Okay.
I'm ready.
We're going to do this
I'm so stressed out.
as a summary. Warp time. We're into the psychic phase.
Yep. No rerolls.
No rerolls allowed.
Need a
It should be
6.
noted
I deny
that
it.
Malixus himself did get
A 6 to
6
advance.
on his advance, which was incredible. Okay.
He knew what needed to be done.
Are we doing warp time first?
We're doing
or
warp time
smite
first. We're doing warp time first.
Doing warp time first.
Need a 6.
Oh, it goes off. It's big. The Hellbrute, we have pre-measured this. Could get through that gap there,
Yep.
just about. And he doesn't even need the advance roll, but the Hellbrute has gotten off. It doesn't mean that the Tallarn have lost yet, but with one more unit off the boards, the Iron Warriors only need another unit by our calculation. How many points now?
I'm calculating. Hang on.
This is
Minus
big.
156. I need 93 points.
He needs 93 points.
I hate 93
I'm pretty
points.
sure a sorcerer is 93 points. But before we do that, the sorcerer is going to cast smite on him.
Oh, that's...
Alexis.
Enough! Enough! Never enough! It's too much!
Major Kaji could be gravely wounded here.
Especially if I roll
The
another
conflict
11.
around the village of... It goes off on an 11! There is a warp surge here.
What did I just
Powerful
say?
warp surge. It's D6 mortal wounds. Major Kaji, he only gets a 1!
Oh, no!
Major Kaji survives a 1! Incredible stuff here
I told you I was going to
around
get
the
11!
village of a cat. Incredible. Major Kaji
What a
takes
weapon.
the power of the warp. And as he drops to one knee, surely the sorcerer Melixus laughs, thinking that he has felled this adversary, but no.
He must be tainted.
This officer of Tallarn stands.
Tainted with the light of the Emperor. That's what he's tainted with. Tainted with the light of the Emperor. Absolutely.
So, incredible stuff here in this conflict. What happens next? Because there is no shooting bar a pistol from Abraxas.
2 pistols. The sergeant has a pistol as well.
What sergeant?
Oh yes, the sergeant here.
Space Marine.
Oh right, I thought he.
Pistols in the shooting, and then we will go on to the fight phase. Yep. So, pistol from Abraxas.
No.
Is this
Space Marine?
The Space Marine
Sergeant first.
Sergeant. He hits. He first wins.
Yeah, you're damn right.
Abraxas. Is it into the 2-man unit?
This is into
He
the
hits.
2-man unit.
Okay.
Yes.
He wounds one.
He's
That
dead.
would be the sergeant.
He's dead.
Summary execution.
He's dead.
It is.
He's dead.
No, it's gonna.
No, he doesn't. That's another guardsman killed. Abraxas is just making this a formality now as he cuts these Tallarn soldiers down.
He's having a great time.
It is now the fight phase coming up next because this unit of cultists advanced, they can't fire. Both the characters advanced and can't fire, and the Marines advanced also can't fire.
Look at that, they're being chased by the Rough Riders.
Literally being chased by the spears of Tallarn here. This is incredible. Let's see what happens. It's the fight phase coming up next. And here we go. It is Abraxas against the Tallarn soldiers. He is attacking the larger units. Could cause some serious morale issues. Abraxas. We can reroll the ones.
because he's a Chaos Lord. Oh,
He hits 3 times. Swinging the axe.
3
Some
to
might
wound.
say-
Oh,
He does
He wounds on
kill 3.
Wait, no,
No,
it's
no,
only
it's
-1.
-1.
Only -1 on the power axe?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is like the 3rd time he swung.
6s. 1 left.
Yes.
One save. He cuts down 2.
2 more down.
Okay.
Who even cares?
Luckily, I challenged
Sorry.
Chaos Lord Beard.
I'm getting too
A
excited.
power axe is not -1. A chain axe is, sir.
Sorry. It's too exciting.
So he did kill an additional guardsman there. Abraxas.
Oh, was it just
Doesn't
1?
fail.
Oh, yeah, it was just 1. Here goes. Hello.
Okay. So, you can now hit back. Who are you
Very
hitting
good.
with? These Tallarn soldiers or these ones, sir?
Obviously, I'm going to hit with these Tallarn soldiers.
Okay.
What were you trying to do? Break me into making a mistake. What are you going to do, babe? What are you going to do?
So, it is 4 soldiers, one of which is the sergeant.
Who
That
has,
is 5 attacks.
5 attacks.
And these are all -3, I'm assuming.
Ha!
You know that roll then. Okay. So, they've all hit. They've all hit the soldiers of Tallarn here.
To hell!
Can they wound? One of them
wounds.
does. One of them does.
Right.
Can they pull a Marine down? No, they can't.
Hate Marines.
The Marines now hit back, one of which is the sergeant. He hits only
the
once, but
ones.
they can re-roll ones because they are within 6 inches of their
the Chaos
lord.
Lords.
That's
So
2
it's not a
hits and 2 wounds.
2 wounds.
Oh, they do kill another 2.
Ah.
It seems that this battle is slowly being lost. Surely Colonel Jalid himself will have to intervene.
Surely. But before that,
Before
one
then-
attack. Hey-ya! Oh!
He hits.
Oh! Hey-ya!
He fails to wound.
Damn it.
And then the soldiers over here.
Okay.
So 2 squads.
So 2 plus a chainsword for him is 3. So 5 attacks. Is that right?
Yes.
So I should have had 1 extra attack over here then. I
Yes, you
think.
should.
Should we just do that?
Do it now.
Yes.
Wait. No,
Misses.
that.
Okay, and then over here. That is 3 hits. No wounds.
wounds.
Again on Abraxas. He truly is wading through these Tallarn soldiers.
Absolute weapon.
This is becoming very, very tight. That ends the Iron Warriors turn 3. Their objective is in sight. The tide of traitors being escorted towards the dropships off planets here on Markesha Prime. Will the 109th stop them? It is their turn 4 coming up next. However, before we move on to the Iron Warriors, of course, or rather to the 109th Jackals, we must do the morale check for the infantry here. Did lose, what was it, 4?
No, 3.
He killed 3. He killed
3.
3. Okay. Morale.
Oh! Did you lose another one?
Slowly cutting them down. Okay, it is Tallarn, turn 4, coming up next. Here it is, the 109th Jackals summary, turn 4. The 2 guardsmen here have remained in combat. Jalid himself has now taken a position, staring down Abraxas as he orders these 2 units after falling back to get back in the fight. Almat Tazik, the impetuous young lieutenant, has remained stationary with his unit over here. The missile launcher trying to draw a bead on the enemy in the distance. Meanwhile, the Hellhounds have almost escorted the tide of traitors here, and the missile team has moved round to try and block their path, along with the autocannons levelling their weapons. Everything they can do must be brought to bear against these tide of traitors, because if the unit gets off, if a single man makes it off to the dropship, it is an Iron Warrior's victory. Furthermore, if the sorcerer himself, due to the points of these characters and troops, gets off the board, it will be an Iron Warrior's victory.
That's very stressful.
The spears of Tallarn, rapidly chasing the enemy, are potentially now in charge range of Alandir himself.
And the sorcerer?
And the sorcerer.
On a big old charge, though.
Command squads with Captain Faisal are also forward and ready to bring their melters to bear. So we're going to do this now straight into the shooting phase. Orders. What's being issued? Captain Faisal.
Take aim, take aim.
Okay. Major Kaji.
Take aim.
Okay.
Get back in the fight, get back in the fight.
Okay. And the lieutenant?
Take aim.
Hazik. Okay. And where are we opening with fire?
I need 1 moment to think about
Okay, it's heavy weapon fire. It's the Sentinels. Las cannons brought to bear against the 2 Iron Warriors in the ruins of a cat.
Cool. So start with the first one. 4. That's a hit.
Oh.
2's to wound.
Yeah.
That's a wound.
It's a 6 up save for the power armor. No, one of the Marines cut down. Second las cannon.
Sentinels.
Hit.
That's a hit.
God.
Oh, we're making it count now. We're making it count now. There it is.
It's another 6 to save with his power armor. No, the Marines have been stopped from their escape routes.
The last sentinel, he is the closest.
Okay.
Alanda.
Firing at second twin. Misses.
He's terrified.
That's a miss.
He's very scared.
Do you know what you're firing next?
No.
Okay. Right, it's the autocannon team now firing at the sorcerer.
So he does have take aim.
Yes. Can we roll the 1?
Okay.
No.
Very good.
Single hit, 3 to wound.
wound.
Fails to wound.
Ooh.
Do we know what we're doing next? What about Major Kaji himself?
Yeah, he's gonna throw a crack grenade at him.
Okay.
So what happened? He was on his knee like this, and actually, what he does, he's feigning being hurt, but he pulls a grenade out and rolls it in front of him, and just goes underneath. He's going. Oh,
He hits on a 6. It's marked for
ominous.
death.
It's ominous.
To wounds. It is a wound.
-1.
4 up.
He does make the
He
save.
laughs it off. He
Oh,
sucks the explosion into the warping center.
Wow.
Very cool.
What next? I
Okay.
wonder.
I'm going to do the Melter Squad here. I believe that he's the closest.
He is.
What's his name again? Sorry.
Alanda
Alanda.
Vetis.
So we're gonna put 4 melters. Now these guys are hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s.
Okay.
Rerolling those 1s.
Oh dear.
Oh no, that's all
wow.
4. No,
That is
no.
That's 2s to wound.
That's not good.
That's 4 wounds. This is against the second
I
in
need an
command
orange dice.
here
I need an orange dice.
of the Vetis brothers. He needs his Sigil of Corruption to flare to life. 4 plus
Robin
invulnerable saves. Oh!
Drops 1. He drops 1.
He's got
D6
4 wounds
damage.
left. It is D6 damage. But to survive a Melter Squad alone.
Oh, it's a 5.
Is it? Is it cocked?
Oh, put a thing on it.
Well, hang on. We're going to move this slightly.
Oh!
It's a cock dice!
It's Okay, Land of Edges!
Yeah!
He is dropped here
No!
in the dust. He falls. Now, whether he is slain, we will have to see what happens.
Don't know about
Future
that.
War Chronicles, another new series, may explain what happened here on
He's failed.
Markesha Prime. But it was said that in this conflict around the village of a cat that he did fall.
It took 4 melter guns to take him down.
Was he mortally wounded? Is
What
he
a
dead?
weapon! No, he's not dead. He's gravely injured.
The second command squad, Faisal's personal command squad. Into Malixus himself.
3's rolling ones. We roll those ones.
Oh, it's happening again.
Oh
yeah.
no, that's 4.
Oh no.
2s. Oh!
2 wounds.
2 wounds though.
He gets no.
The sorcerer has no save.
There's no save.
No.
So it's just 2 flat. How many wounds does he have in total?
4. No.
Oh, beard.
No.
Oh, not like this. Exactly like this. Bosh.
Oh no! Malixus falls at the feet
My
of
goodness.
Major Kaji.
My
A
goodness!
potential fatal blow here in the conflict around the village of a cat. There is nothing more to be said. Lieutenant Almak Hazik orders his veterans to take aim, frag missile into the tide of traitors.
So D6.
2.
Yeah.
Both
2
hit though.
hits.
It was an accurate round of fire. No, it's frag missile is strength 4, so it's 1 wound.
1 wound, yeah.
1 save required.
Any minus?
No.
On a missile launcher?
It's a frag missile.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, does kill 1.
Very good.
Okay.
Well, we'll open up with this frag missile now.
Okay.
So it's got
6 shots, point blank range.
They will be hitting on 5, so because
Yes, he did move, yes.
Only
Just the
1
one
hit.
hit.
No
Failed
wounds.
to wounds. The autocannon teams levelling their fire against the tide of traitors.
3 hits. 2 wounds. 2
wounds.
kills actually, because it's -1. You've got a 6-up save.
Okay. 2 more cultists cut down.
Very good.
The cultists get off the board. It is still an Iron Warriors victory, but the way they're blocked off makes that very difficult now. The Hellhounds.
So opening with this Hellhound. So we'll start with the turret. Oh,
Only 4. Only 4.
Strength.
It is strength 6,
Yes,
so
so-
it is killing on 2s.
So 3 are killed.
3 are dead.
And then the heavy flamer. 6.
6 hits. This is killing on 3s now, because it's strength 5. That is another 3 dead.
Killed.
Okay, the second Hellhound also dousing fire all over these cultists.
Only 5.
Only 5. Not getting the numbers that they would expect, but it is
So,
another 5
5
kills.
killed.
And then D6 from the heavy flamer. Another 2. Can he kill them? He can. So that was 5, 6, 7 additionally killed there. A tremendous amount of cultists sent burning and screaming to their sandy graves.
That's it. That's all my shoot.
that
Oh no, actually we're over here. 'cause
Is
we
now
get back in
over
the
here
fight.
against Abraxas himself. Ultimately, where the story perhaps began, will it now end?
Overcharging.
Overcharging with the plasma.
Overcharging with the plasma.
Okay, after getting back in the fight,
He misses both
he misses
times, but
both
he's alive.
times. Okay,
Then
the second
over here,
squad
So Les Pistol.
misses. Hit, sorry. Does it
a
wound?
wound,
It's failed wounds,
Failed wound, but now the
plasma.
plasma.
Overcharging.
Oh,
Both
both
miss.
And now it's just
It
down.
is Jalid.
Now how many, he's got 3 wounds left, so I'm not going to obviously overcharge here. That would be mental.
Do it.
No. What's the? Okay, but he's going to shoot you, and
He hits. He fails the
That's
wounds against Abraxas.
Oh, so cool.
This is significant. It leaves only the charge phase next. Let's see what happens. And as again the sands settle, the battlefield starts to fall ever more silent. It comes down to this. Could it be any other way?
No.
So
It is Colonel
the only
Ishrak.
charge that I am declaring
Jalid.
is Jalid. That's the only charge.
Oh Okay.
against Abraxas.
I made a mistake. It was wrong of me to do what I did. And that's why I have not killed you yet. But now, I will. I cannot fail this charge. Would you like to do your Overwatch, please?
Yeah. Grenade.
Grenade, of course he does. No.
Misses 3 shots.
Oh, he's doing a frag grenade, not a crack. Okay.
Misses.
Okay. In we go.
Jalid moves in.
5 attacks.
The claw of the desert jackals is
5
drawn.
attacks for 5 wounds.
He doesn't have 5 wounds, he's got 3. I've taken 2 from him
No,
already.
he's got 3 wounds.
You've got 3 wounds.
He regains a wound every turn.
Yes, he does regain a wound every turn.
When was
But
the last
in
turn?
his own turn.
So
So you didn't lose.
4 wounds.
So he's got
Okay,
4
well,
wounds left.
Listen to this cheating! Listen to this cheating!
Is he on 4 wounds?
You're on 4 wounds.
You're on 4 wounds.
No, Jalid.
He's on 3. 'Cause you took
Jalid
the
is
wound
on
from
3
him.
wounds.
Oh, he's where? Okay.
Mishrak, Jalid is on 3 wounds.
I don't know where that
There's no
is
dice.
from.
That's why I'm so confused.
That's alright. It doesn't matter. You've got 4 wounds.
Okay, fine.
I'm telling
Here.
you how many.
Okay.
4 wounds.
Right.
Thanks.
3.
Here we go.
I'm hitting you on 3.
I need visual aid.
Claw of the
Hitting on
desert
3.
jackals.
Okay, it's 4 hits.
4 hits.
2 of those are marked for death. I want everyone to see that.
It's 5s to wound
5
here.
wounds, but
Fives
it is,
to
then
wound.
it is -3 and it's 2 damage a pop.
It's 5s to wound.
4 sixes. Oh no!
No!
Wow.
Jalid fails.
Wow. That's a problem for you.
Fails.
It's a problem.
Abraxas hits back. Jalid is in peril here
give me
against the
orange
might
dice.
of a Chaos Lord of the Iron Warriors.
How many do you need?
To hit 2s. Re-rolling 1s, but nothing there. He's hit all 4 times.
3's to wound.
It's 2 wounds.
The battle continues. No!
He fails both.
It's only 1
He's
damage.
left on 1
One
wound.
wound left.
Did you get any 6s on those attacks?
I got no 6s.
Okay, so no death to the
sixes.
false emperor. This is an incredible duel. It would now be Iron Warriors turn 4.
And now he's on full wounds.
However, we have the morale check for these Tide of Traitors. Remember, if the Tide of Traitors get off the board, it is an Iron Warriors victory. Although I do not see how it might be possible for them to do it now.
I can see a way of doing it.
Morale, okay, he can. Morale check then. Okay, you lost. I don't know how many you lost.
A lot. I think.
We'll work that out off camera,
Yeah.
but obviously quite a few more are going to be removed now. But we will come back to you in Iron Warriors turn 4 coming up next. And here we are in a turn 4 summary for the Iron Fourth. Due to the horrific morale of these cultists, it turns out that here in the battle, the village of Hakat, that the cultists did not make it off towards their drop zone. There is no way, physical way for them to get off the board this turn. They're completely blocked off, and we've worked out that they were in fact slaughtered to the last man, never making it off the planet of Markesha Prime. However, the story now will end here, as it perhaps was always meant to.
Very cool.
We know what's happened to Orlando in terms of him being injured. Perhaps he was slain here, we don't know. We know what's happened to the vile sorcerer. But does he wound or kill, potentially, Jalid himself? Abraxas versus Jalid. This is a turn 4 summary. We are only doing the fight phase. Abraxas strikes first.
Oh.
He does hit Jalid 4 times. And he wounds him twice. Jalid has 1 wound left.
He needs to get 2 5-ups.
Yep.
Oh no! So Jalid was wounded by Abraxas here on Markesha Prime. Perhaps that makes sense. Perhaps that is why the Tallarn were not able to finish off the Iron Warriors and crush them entirely before perhaps some of these insidious characters were able to escape with their lives. And there marks the end of the battle, the conflict around the village of a Tallarn victory, but at what cost? Their leader, badly wounded, perhaps he was slain here. We'll have to find out in future narrative reports to see exactly what happened to these characters here for these studio armies. But there is another, in the chronicles of our armies here, we've learned a lot about the 109th Jackals today and the Iron Warriors. This is one of many battles that have been fought by these armies. Today was a victory for the Imperium, but will it be in the future? Let's find out next time.